And we out. Salute, fam. What's happening? What's happening? Good, everybody. Just gonna chop it up. Tracy, I guess if feeling a little better, man, you're gonna jump on with us. He said he's gonna be running a little late. Shit, we gonna be on long. Chop it up about the Showtime card. I don't know why Eubanks and Conor Bean fight got canceled. But that motherfucker was avoided on the Champ Ross. Didn't get no points for that. Hey, yeah, if y'all is in the Champ Ross, check the community post. I put up the result. That card was the final week, the end of the season, and the new season was posted. So all the results, all the winners, the rules. There was a couple of extra things. He added something. Oh, he added if you get all the picks right, you get 10 extra points. But all that's posted on the community post. Everything about the Champ Ross, all the results, the new season schedule, last season winners, prior winners. It's a lot of posts he posted up. He posted today and I shared it on the community post. So everybody can check out and see what's going on for themselves. But anyway, shit, I'm gonna start off. Ain't nobody even in the chat? I'm on the stream, y'all. Though. Stream, y'all. Be late as hell. I see three people watching for the bushes. Four now. I'll give it a minute. But yeah, the Showtime. I watched the Showtime card. It was pretty good. I think I did good on that card, man. But everything else, I surely didn't expect the outcome of Ocampo versus Fundora to be what it was. That showed Ocampo was a beast. Earl stopped him. That's the only time I believe he been stopped. If I ain't mistaken, I thought Fundora was going to be able to stop his ass. And he was in there squabbling with Fundora. He had a good ass game plan too. He was fighting from the outside trying to counter Fundora. It was working periodically, but I think Fundora was just a little too long. Able to catch I think he broke his nose, able to catch Ocampo coming in. I think Ocampo broke his nose kind of early though, because his show was leaking from that motherfucker. But he was able to hang in there. That Montiel Adames fight was wicked. That motherfucker only went 3 rounds. Montiel tried to go for broke and ended up getting caught, getting his motherfucking snitch out of box, right? That was a crazy ass ending. I didn't see the Velasquez fight, but that motherfucking Martinez Cajas, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Man, that motherfucker was a motherfucking banker. Every time Martinez got caught by Cajas, Martinez came back with something, and he didn't give a damn where it landed. He made sure he was coming back with something, and I think that right there, that ambition and that success, I think it was a deserving win. I don't think Cajas had no answer for it. He took Cajas' best shots and gave shots of his own. And I think it was a little too much for Cajas. You could see at times we want the ball up, you know what I'm saying, to get up out of there. But I think that was the best squabble. You know what I mean? I think that was a decent squabble besides the Fundora versus Ocampo fight. That Fundora versus Ocampo fight was legit. I liked it. Ocampo's game plan. I liked the success he had versus Fundora. I think Fundora was definitely the bigger guy, but he handled himself well up in there. He had success in that motherfucker, and I liked it that from Ocampo. I don't know if we're gonna go far in the division. We couldn't get past Ocampo, but definitely is a tough SOB. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a tough SOB. don't see nobody in the chat. All I see is people in the bushes. Let me see. Nope. But yeah, man, I just want to do a recap on those fights right there. When you get the call. And the results. The results, all that's posted. I already got that there. Oh yeah, let me see. I want to get some shout out. Napoleon Armstrong, shout out to you, bro. He came in 11th place for the season. I mean, for that week. Trey X came in 12th. I'm trying to find the season score. Oh, here we go, right here. Napoleon Armstrong came in 3rd. Shout out to you, bro. He came in 3rd for the season. The first place, the champion was Michael Drayic. Can't pronounce his name. He won $250. But Napoleon, that's who I want to shout out to you, bro. He came in 3rd. King of Kings came in 8th. Shout out to you. Nick Harmon came in 11th. Gil Coles came in 12th. Trey X came in 14th. Champ Ross 19th. Charles D 20th. Derek Bailey 22nd. Toby Barlett 24th. Rod X 27th. Eric R 35th. Winston Lee 39th. Shout out Eric R. Salute, bro. D-Lo 43rd. And I came in 47th. Out of 62 people. But salute, man. Salute to all the fans that participated. Did y'all thing, held it down. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to read those off. Shout out to Napoleon, though. 3rd place up in that thing. I'll take 3rd any day. You know what I'm saying? You right there. Top of the tree for the whole season. Let me see how many points you had. 1,300. 1,338. Salute, bro.
Salute was going down.
Shit, chilling. I ran through the fights, the Showtime card, and ran through the damn standings of the final season. Napoleon Armstrong got 3rd place. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man, that boy Napoleon, I got to put him at a 4.5 on the pedigree scale now. You know what I'm saying? And salute to Warzone. Warzone got 5th overall. So I got to put him at a 4 on the pedigree scale. Top 5, you get you a 4. Yeah, so salute to them, boy. Appreciate everybody that participated. And plus, Napoleon said that he gonna start adding to the pool. Said he gonna hit up Champ Ross and say he want to pay for 2nd place and some other shit that he had said. I was on the move though, so I ain't read it like I want to. But yeah, he said he want to contribute to the shit.
That's what's up. Hey, Warzone, what he got his real name on there or something? I don't want to say
It's
it.
Yeah, it's Ernest.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. That's why I ain't reading. I ain't seeing, but big shout out to you. Eric R said, I'm on vacation with the family and friends. Man, enjoy, bro. He said, it's like 4 a.m. out here.
Yeah, you enjoy. Salute to you, brother.
Damn, salute, bro. Enjoy.
Yeah, square business. And that boy Michael Jersey, this was just his time. That motherfucker been in contention for some seasons. So he said, hey, he coming to get him one this season. He would not be denied. I'm talking about he lapped the field.
He finished with 1,436 points.
Yeah, he finished strong. And And plus, he won the most KO bonuses. So he got 2 of them. He won the 250 and he won another 70 to go with it.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah, I know
Yeah, he
he
did.
won 2 of them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that boy wasn't coming to play. He said, shit, hey, I'm out to get mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, the KO stat tracker, he won that one.
Hell yeah. Hey man, that motherfucking Lawrence Williams said some shit about them Fondoras. I think he right. He say, man, I don't know how good they see. Cause them motherfuckers be wearing some glasses and shit. Hey, them motherfucking Fondoras be wearing some thick Coke bottle glasses. Hey, I done noticed the glasses before, but I really noticed the glasses this past Saturday looking at his little sister. I ain't never seen that before, bro. I have never seen a fighter with thick glasses like that. Coke bottles.
I wonder if they wear contacts up in the ring. Slow grind, salute, fam. Welcome to the gym if your first time.
Salute
Hey,
to you.
shout out to motherfucking Derek Bailey and J1 Pro. Goddamn me, they won the draw majority stat tracker, the decision stat tracker. They tied.
Oh
They
yeah, I
tied
forgot
the
they
same record.
split their money. Yeah, they split their money.
Yeah.
Hey, I had helped this motherfucking Gil Coles though. Hey, I didn't know that I had chance at passing them. Cause look, the last week, I just filled it out early, then I turned it in. And on that Miriam and the Sultanov pick, I had picked it by knockout on the Champ Ross. But when I had my people bet, we all bet on the decision. So I didn't even go back and change it. I just left the shit the way it was. And that cost me 5 points. If I would have got them 5 points, I would have fetched Gil Cole's ass and walked him down. You know what I'm saying?
Mexican Mike, salute, fam. Welcome.
That's
He
my
said,
boy
"What
right
it
there.
do? Let's get it, money."
Yeah, that's my
Slow
boy. Salute
grind.
to you.
Slow grind said, "Who would y'all have in an Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder fight?"
It's kind of hard for me to say right now. I want to see what Wilder looking like in this return fight against Hellenius first. You know what I'm saying? But just looking at stylistically, I mean, I probably have to go with Wilder because I know that he can hurt Ruiz. He ain't got to hit him but one good time to change the whole fight. But I won't be surprised if Andy Ruiz is winning up until that point, though. You know what I'm saying? He got good fundamentals and shit, got good hand speed and all that kind of stuff. But I just know he ain't gonna take that right hand from Wilder. He got to come to Wilder. So I think Wilder have the chance to beat him. It's just like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury did well in the rematch in the third fight, but he still took his lumps though. It ain't like he got out that bitch unscathed. Like he was taking some shots. Well, the first one and the third one, not really the second one, but the first one and the third one. You got to come to Wilder. Wilder is gonna land that bitch at least one time. You know what I'm saying? So just off the top, I'll probably say Wilder late stoppage.
Yeah, he faced adversity in first one and the third one. Yeah, I had to say the same thing. I respect the counter punching, the hand speed, the toughness from Ruiz, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to get past that right hand. And hell, who knows, man? If everything, if I have it my way, Wilder would have an educated jab. He'll be hooking off the jab. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that little motherfucker up off of him, using that motherfucking stick. But if he don't, even if he don't, I think, you know what I'm saying, it only take one shot. So I definitely think Wilder knock him out.
See, well, that's why I say I want to wait and see. Cause he over here learning new tricks right now. He over there with Malik Scott, and he trying to learn. I guess he trying to get some fucking boxing skills, like that. Ray Mercer said. But hey, man, I don't want him to get too far away from his identity. I don't want him to get too cute with the shit. Like I felt like that's what Kovalev did. Kovalev was a destroyer, monster motherfucker. He got over there with Buddy McGirt, and he changed into like a more cute type of fighter. I don't want that to happen to Wilder. I want him to still be a killer, have an identity. He a sniper. Put that right hand on your motherfucking ass, because I don't think he gonna turn into no fucking Larry Holmes. I just don't see it. So that's one reason why I say I want to wait and see. I want to see what he looking like with these new tricks that he learned. He did look improved in that early in the fight against Tyson Fury in the third fight. You know, he was going to the body with the jab and stuff like that. Let's see if he adding on to it, if it's gonna make him better, or if he's doing too much and his mind gonna get overloaded to where he loses identity. Slow grind say shout out from South Carolina. Appreciate you, bro. Salute to you. Mexican Mike said, let's get this money. Yeah, go ahead and drop that make an account. But hey, if you ain't got an account already, holler at your boy so you can use my affiliate link or whatever that shit called so I can give me a bonus.
Hey, hell yeah, I'm right here though.
Okay. Eric Carr said, I got Wilder if he look anything close to what he looked like before the Fury fights because I still feel like Ortiz was the better fighter / tougher, was the better fighter / tougher than Ruiz. He just got too old. Yeah, I had picked Ortiz to beat Ruiz and had to eat crow and that shit. But I'm with you. If he were younger, I think he could have won the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what was your take on the Showtime card? And Cajas, specifically and Cajas versus Martinez.
Yeah, man. That fight right there really made me mad because that was one of them times where you can get your money on. They had Cajas as a big favorite the first time, and Martinez was an Olympian. I didn't even know that. But let me tell you something about that Martinez. Early in the fight when he fresh, that's some mean ass fighter right there, man. I'm talking about he coming to take something. He remind me of Edwin Valero. He like a lower quality Edwin Valero. My bad. Y'all know Valero was a killer. That's who this dude remind me of, man. He coming to get something. Had the rematch and he came back and solidified that shit. Erased all doubts. And then Cajas ain't no punk, y'all. And Cajas is the only person to stop that Gonzalez kid that fought against Bam. Like he a southpaw that be knocking people out. And this dude right here just mean. He gonna come and take something that Martinez. So I really enjoyed that. We didn't get a chance to call the fight because I was feeling fucked up. But I had a different perspective because I get a chance to watch the fights more up close. And that was one of the fights that I really enjoyed. But let me tell you something about Fundora. If I ever fought Fundora, I'm going straight for the eyes. Especially early in the fight, man. I'm trying to hit him in his right eye. I want to take that lead eye away. I want to see how good is your depth perception and shit. That's what Lawrence Williams talking about. He say you don't think he got good depth perception. That's why he throw uppercuts from too far away. I want to test that shit because I want to see, can you see why you wearing them Coke bottle glasses? I ain't never seen a good fighter in all my life wear Coke bottle glasses. Square business. Eric Rossi, yeah, Kovalev fucked up not staying with John David Jackson and treating him right. John David Jackson had Crusher looking like Drago before War gave him that truth serum. That's square business. I thought he did a good job, but it wasn't a good fit because the chemistry wasn't right. But I thought that's when he looked his best, though. I agree with you. Hyphy said, what's up to Hyphy? Said Wilder beating Ortiz the first time ended up being bad for him because afterwards he became too confident being a great counterpuncher, which stopped him from learning how to generate offense. I don't agree with that. Go ahead, bro.
I feel a bomba clot. Salute, bro. Yeah, I think he did kind of get relaxed with that. All I need is 1 second shit. Remember, he kept on preaching that a lot. He kept on. All I need is 1 second in the fight. You need the whole, you know what I'm saying, 12 rounds. Which is
I
probably,
think this. Oh, my bad.
I was saying, which probably did play in his mental. That's all he really needed. He needed to win rounds. You know what I'm saying? Set up the knockout. And that's prospect. I can see it.
Yeah, I just disagree because the man had an identity. Like we talking about. Look what he said. He said it stopped him from learning how to generate offense. We talking about a man that's already the champion and then defended his belt several times, and we talking about he need to learn how to generate offense. A man that had a hell of a knockout streak, back to back to back knockouts, and he need to learn how to generate offense. I don't agree with that shit. I feel like he had an identity. The man is a sniper. It is what it is. He took his best weapon and he perfected how to land the motherfucker. Even the guy that beat him, he was able to land this punch on him. It's just by the grace of God that Tyson Fury was able to get up. If Tyson Fury never would have got up, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You know what I'm saying? So now I don't think that we gonna get mad at a man because he not learning how to generate offense and he 35, 36 years old. I think that's a very simplistic way to look at that shit, but that's just my opinion, though. We ain't got to agree. Hyphy say, Trey, prime for prime fantasy matchup, Fondor versus Trinidad at 154. I'm taking Trinidad. All day long, I'm taking Trinidad. Man, hey, let me, first of all, Fondor just had this tough fight. I wasn't surprised, motherfucker. I picked Fondor to win late by stoppage, like KO 9. But I really wasn't surprised that this dude was gonna go the distance, man. When I saw Ocampo fight Spence, I saw him fighting back. I know that the shit didn't last that long, but I saw the man stepping back and fighting back. And it was some people saying, oh, he gonna get destroyed in this fight. Nah, that kind of shit. I did not see that. I knew this man was gonna come fight back. This is a 2-time Mexican Olympiad silver medalist, not Olympics, but Olympiad silver medalist. I knew he was gonna fight back, and that's exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I ain't surprised. But let me tell you, the first person that comes with some skills and some real punching power, I think they're gonna put some on Fondor ass. I really do. They're gonna put something on him. I think they kind of messing up though. Instead of focusing on going to the body, I'm going for the eye. I want the eye, man, because these folks are wearing thick glasses, and I want to see what your vision looking like. Do you have 20/20 or what? Well, I know you ain't got 20/20, but you know what I'm saying. I want to see what if he can see.
Cut him open early, huh?
If I can get a cut, that'll be good. But if I can just get some swelling around his eyes, I just want to test his vision. You know what I'm saying? Eric Carr said, Trex, I respect the fact that you make the proper adjustments and read my comments. I know I be fucking up thinking faster than I type. Other niggas be reading my shit word for word. Yeah, I try to keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? However you say, can anyone make sense of Wilder stating AJ may be able to beat Fury, but AJ cannot beat him? Okay, Wilder stating AJ may be able to beat Fury, but AJ cannot beat him. Like, hell, Styles make fights. I mean, shit, I think it's just as simple as that. It ain't no hard triangle theory type shit, but you know about boxing. I don't even understand why you even thinking like that. Like looking past that Styles make fights. It's just like that fucking Adam Kaneki. Adam Kaneki go out there and get his ass knocked out twice against Robert Helenius. And then he have a fight in his last fight. He fight that dude, what's the name of the dude? 74-15 guy that fought against Ergovich in the amateurs and shit. He just had a fight with him. I can't remember his name, but everybody was picking him by knockout. I'm sitting up here looking at this shit. Styles make fights. This guy does not punch like Robert Helenius. So I knew it was a chance that he was going to go the distance. Styles make fights. Simple. Eric.
What's his name? Chris something?
Nah, the one that Kaneki fought in his last fight, and I came and told everybody, hey man, we got a 4 going against a 2. I can't remember his name though. Salute to Chris Ray was going down. Talent, welcome to the gym. This is your first time. Saying Fondor is not a real fighter. I have to disagree with you on that. I think he's a real fighter. He might not be a real boxer, but I think he's a real fighter. If nothing else, he's a fighter. And I love calling fights. We did Hyphy asked everybody behind the scenes. He said, what fighter, who y'all favorite fighters to watch? And when I heard that, I started thinking about my favorite fighters to call. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have Fondor on my list. A lot of people had Fondor on their list, but I didn't. I had fighters like David Benavidez, and I had Emmanuel Navarrete. All I was thinking was 108-7 amateur motherfucker, but Emmanuel Navarrete. I think they better action fighters because they leave themselves with more space to throw their punches. Fondor, he a tall motherfucker that like to fight you in the phone booth. I ain't gonna even lie, I don't really like calling phone booth fights where they just leaning chest to chest and one person throw something, then the other person throw something, then they go back and forth. I don't really like calling fights like that. That's not as good as like an Emmanuel Navarrete fight to me. Emmanuel Navarrete, he'll put a 3-4 punch combination on you, and then he'll walk off on you, then come right back with something, then walk off on you, and come back with something. I like that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that he's a real fighter. I just don't think he's a real boxer. Like, he ain't out there using pure boxing skills. He ain't out there counter punching and slipping and rolling and all that shit. And a lot of the options he don't have available because he's so tall. It's hard to roll under punches and shit when you're that tall. So I look at him as a fighter, but not necessarily a boxer. Eric Ross said Trinidad was the shit. Fundora ain't taking them bricks. Literally, yeah, square business. I'm with you on that. And I wasn't even just the biggest Trinidad fan, you know what I'm saying? Even though he did allow me to go serve the Mexicans at my boxing gym some crow when he went out there and beat De La Hoya. That was one of my favorite days as a youngster at the gym, you know what I'm saying? But I think he'll beat Fundora, though, for sure. I still ain't forgot about how he let Winky Wright undress him like that. And I know he might have been small going against Bernard Hopkins, but god damn, you didn't have to let the man dominate you like that. You know what I'm saying? But I got respect for Trinidad. Talent say a lot of money behind him. I don't really see that. I mean, he just had his first main event. I don't really see like them making this big push like he just some kind of monster and shit like that. I think that he gonna get his opportunities, but I don't think he like getting moved like a typical hype job. It seemed like he working his way up and he earning his position. Like he done beat some pretty solid fighters. I think he might have been the first fighter to stop Nathaniel Gallimore. He went out there and beat Lubin in the fight before Ocampo. He fought that Spanish guy that went out there and lost to Tony Harrison. That was a pretty good win, even though it was close. I know he fought a draw with Jamonte Clark. Yeah, I don't really look at it like that, man. I think he earning his position. Hyphy said, Trey, if you were a head coach, who would be more difficult to prepare for? Fury or Fundora? I mean, both of them, it depends on how big am I. Are you talking about like for my current size? Because the motherfuckers are significantly taller than me, but I think that they bring the same type of problem. When you got that big, tall fighter, they got long arms, and he brings pressure, that can put you in a bind. That can really get you fucked up, man. Like Luis Neary when he fought against Brandon Figueroa. It's the same type of dynamic. You got this guy that's bigger than you, and he bringing pressure. Tyson Fury, before he fought Deontay Wilder, I would probably say he was a little easier. But now that he bringing that pressure and behind his size, that's a different type of problem. You see, when he was out there boxing and moving, they went the distance. Now, since he coming bringing pressure, he getting stoppages and shit on Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So I think they bring the same type of problem, man. I don't really see like a big difference in how you prepare for him, except that Tyson Fury got more science to go with it. If Tyson Fury needs to change his game plan, he can go to plan B if he has to. Fundora, I think he pretty much got to come forward to make the fight. I don't think he can get on the outside and stick and move and shit the way Tyson Fury would do. So I would say Tyson Fury a little bit more hard to prepare for because he can bring that pressure, but if that ain't working, he can also box your ass if he need to. Who you think it would be more harder to prepare for, bro? Tyson Fury or Sebastian Fundora?
I had to say Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury's size and skill is definitely more difficult to prepare for than Fundora's size and skill. One way bigger, one damn near 300 pounds. Can walk you down, you know what I'm saying? Got all the dirty tricks, all the clean. And the other, I mean, he pretty much easy to touch, easy to get to. I have to say Tyson Fury.
Yeah, and then we look at the amateur backgrounds. I done seen that Fundora, he only had like 30 amateur fights, but I saw an interview where he said he had over 100. Tyson Fury was a youth AIBA world champion. He a 5 on the pedigree scale, at least a 4.5. I got to go back and make sure that he got a gold. But I know that he ranked significantly higher than Fundora on my scale. I'm talking about we comparing a guy that's like a 4.5 to a man that's like a 2.5. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I definitely think he'll be harder to prepare for. My man DeCane Deals in the building. What's going down? Said Trey X want to give the man a vision test, working on depth perception and count. I can't take credit for it because Lawrence Williams, the one that really got me looking at it. Like I done seen him in their glasses before, but once he really got to talking about it, I started paying attention. I'm like, damn, they got not only do they wear glasses, they wear thick glasses, Coke bottle glasses. Hey, y'all tell me, what other fighter have y'all ever heard of that wear Coke bottle glasses? I ain't never seen that before, like on TV or in real life. Never seen that shit. Talent said Mark Breeden did a lousy job with Wilder coming up. He never learned how to box. I mean, people say that kind of shit, man. But damn, do y'all account for the fact that the man started boxing when he was 19? See, that I'm gonna say this. I ain't trying to be rude, but when people talk like that, you pretty much let me know that you ain't been in the gym. You ain't never been boxing like on no kind of serious level. When I started boxing when I was 14. Everybody around me started boxing when they were 8 or 9 years old. It would be very hard for me to catch up to them people. Like y'all make it seem like Wilder been boxing since he was 8 or 9. The man started when he was 19 and took that shit all the way to the championship. Held on to the belt for 5 years and made 10 title defenses or something like that. I mean, hey. Hey, what it is. I know most people ain't never boxed. Most people just watch boxing and feel like experts and shit. And I'm not gonna say that I'm an expert, but I will say that I done been in and around boxing since I was 14 and I'm 38 now, nigga. That's damn near 25 years. And I done been in the ring with some good fighters. I'm talking about professionals and all kind of shit. I was sparring Eric Bonema when I was 15 years old. I done been in that ring and been around some good fighters. If you get a late start, this is not the sport that you want a late start. If you listen to somebody like Cool Boy Steph, he said he started fighting when he was 12 and he wished he would have started earlier. This is an early man's fight. That's one problem that I think Wilder might have with Helenius, because Helenius started fighting when he was 5. I can't discount that. We have a man that's been fighting since he was 5 going against somebody that's been fighting since they were 19. You know, we got to make that part of the equation. But I think y'all a little too hard on the man. Y'all not giving enough credit to when he started. Oh man, Eric also, that's why I want to see Mayo versus Fundora. The jig will be up, and that to me will be his signature win for the casuals, while the Harrison fights and last 2 fights define him to me. The Harrison fight. Hold on, let me see him read that shit again. Oh no, you talking about on the other side for Charlo. I got you. Go ahead, bro.
So scientist, salute, bro. Talent, salute. If I ain't said nothing. I'm a Brown, salute, sis. What's good? Joseph Brown, what's good, bro? Salute.
What's up to my Amazon angel out there? That's Miss Almond Brown. What's going down? Okay, you talking to Talent. Talent said, I remember Mark Breland cornering him in one of his earlier fights. All right, I still look at a man's origin. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? I want to know who you are as a fighter. And a big part of that is when you started and how far did you go as an amateur? He got one part that's pretty good. He was a national champion in the United States, and he went on to win a bronze medal in the Olympics. Think about that. A man that started fighting when he was 19 became a national champion and won an Olympic bronze medal. Do y'all think that a man that can't fight can do some shit like that? Like, come on, man. For real. Okay, I see y'all. Talking about Tyson Fury. Ms. Armor Brown said, what's up, fellas? What's up, Trey? What's up, Marlo? Chatting the Mars. Happy Monday. Blessings. Appreciate you coming through. Eric Orr said, Breland probably was trying to meet Wilder where he was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, play to your fighter's strengths. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna always be in a position like not every fighter is gonna be out here looking like Larry Holmes or somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got to play to your fighter's strength. If the man is built to be a sniper, I think that's what we need to focus on. We're not gonna turn this man into the perfect technically sound boxer. A man that started when he was damn near 20. Like, man, all right. All the people that say that shit, y'all go to the boxing gym and tell me how y'all gonna be looking compared to everybody else. Me, if I go to the gym, I'm gonna blend right in. Because I've been around this shit for damn near 25 years. A lot of y'all will go to the gym and stand out like a sore thumb in that motherfucker, especially compared to me, because I done been doing this shit a lot longer than y'all. Think about that shit. If y'all started boxing when y'all was 19, do y'all think that y'all would be looking as good as the people that started when they was 9? Like, come on, man. Well, like I said, that just let me know that motherfuckers ain't been doing no serious training or no fighting. And I hate to make it sound, I hate to be doing, I really don't do that shit. Like I'm pulling rank or something because I actually box, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the way I see it though. Where I'm at, Joseph Brown, all rise for the honorable Judge Joe Brown. What's up, bro? Salute to you. What's going down? Talent say we can thank Al Heyman's special matchmaking for Wilder's record. I mean, I don't think that it's nothing out of the ordinary. When you have a fighter that doesn't have as much of an amateur background, you put him on a slower track and you let him learn on the job. If you have a fighter that got a way deeper amateur background like Lomachenko, 396-1, you start him on a faster track. Same thing could be said about Keyshawn Davis right now. He's starting off on a faster track. But when you got a fighter that don't have that deep background, you put him on a slower track and make him learn on the job. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's nothing out of the ordinary. He still went out there and did it. And plus, he went out there and beat a man that was 343-19 as an amateur in Luis Ortiz. A lot of people try to take credit away from Wilder for beating Ortiz, but Ortiz is a damn good fighter. And he beat him when he was a little bit younger. You know what I'm saying? Not too much younger. What, about three years younger or something like that? But he still went out there and got the wins. A man that started when he was 19 went out there and beat a decorated fighter in Luis Ortiz. Can't take that shit off the table. And plus, you can't take away the fact that he had some people that tested positive. I remember Wilder wanted to fight. What's that motherfucker that knocked out Dillian White with the counter left uppercut? Dillian White threw the lead right hand. He slipped it and came back with the uppercut, and he knocked out Dillian White. He fought against Klitschko back in the day too. I can't think of his name, but he tested positive. I think it wasn't no clenbuterol. That was Canelo. I can't remember what he was taking, but Wilder had a man test positive on him, man. Hey, what's the name of that fighter that tested positive on him, bro, when they was going to fight?
They think the one that AJ beat, I can't think his name.
Yeah. Povetkin. Povetkin. So we can't forget about shit like that.
Good looking out, Joseph Brown.
Yeah, appreciate that shit. Yeah, we can't forget about stuff like that. He don't get no. I know that he didn't actually beat him, but it ain't. I don't. If you trying to put him out there with somebody like Povetkin, a decorated man himself, I don't think that's people trying to hide him. You know what I'm saying? I think he was moving up. He was learning on the job. He got to the point where he felt like he can take on better competition. Once he fought Luis Ortiz, to me, it don't look like he tried to go backwards. It looked like he tried to keep it going. We going from Ortiz, fuck it. Let's bring Tyson Fury ass off the trash heap. Let him come back and get him two not step up fight, but two tune-up fights. Let him get two tune-up fights, and then we gonna fight that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think he deserves a little bit more credit. I ain't just no fanatic or no shit like that, but I analyze boxing, and that's the way I see it. Talent, okay, I read that. My man Joseph Brown, salute to the corner. Ms. Armin Brown say, what's up to Talent? Talent said, I have to thank you for helping me find this channel. Oh yeah, we definitely appreciate us. That's the person that recommended you. Yeah, Eric Carr said, if Wilder started earlier, Manny Stewart was always the way to go. He could have had him looking like a heavyweight Hearns out there. Yeah, I don't disagree with y'all on that. I think that would have been a good fit for him. Square business, but just starting earlier period, I think would have been good for him. Talent said, right, Manny would have made Wilder unbeatable. Sugar can turn Wilder around right now, though. Yeah, I was thinking that too when they were going into the third fight. I was like, the person that has Sugar Hill seems to have a pretty good advantage in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Just his approach, like, especially for, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that style was better off for Fury than it was for Wilder, because Fury wanted to bring pressure, and a big part of that Kronk's philosophy is to not take a step back and bounce on your toes and give your opponent an opportunity to recover. You step to him and you put something on his ass, don't give him a chance to rest. You come right back with something on him. So I think that was probably a little bit more advantageous for Fury than it would be for Wilder. But I do think he could help Wilder, though. I agree with you on that. Where I'm at. Okay, Talent say we'll do. He said he like Ortiz. I like Ortiz. I think he's a pretty good fighter. He's just too old in the game. You know what I'm saying? But Wilder did go out there and knock the man out twice. Can't take that off the table. Joseph Brown, appreciate that. Eric R said most of the elite fighters they love started off at 7 or 9 years old. So the stuff we expect the water to know, now they learn first. Absolutely. That's what I be trying to say, bro. Like I done been there before, man. That's why I be talking about it the way I do. Like I never forget when I first started boxing. I had been boxing for like 2 months, and this kid called me out, and me and him both we started around the same time, so we got like the same type of experience level. I'm over here looking trash. I'm hitting on the bags. I'm looking trash. The kid had actually sparred the day before. So, but he sparred against one of the professionals though, because we was in a professional gym. We had Home of Champions with Curtis Coates. That's a professional gym. So when he seen me looking like trash on the bags, he told the coach, he was like, "Hey man, I want to spar him because I'm looking like trash." You know what I'm saying? I get out there and beat the brakes off him. I'm talking about got his mama crying, his daddy looking like he want to cry, everything that's fucked up and bad. So the next day they were like, "Hey man, let's put him in there with Miguel." Miguel is a Mexican that's 13 years old and he been fighting since he was 8. I'm 14 years old and I've been fighting for 2 months. Who you think won? That's probably the worst ass whooping I ever took in boxing. Square business. I'm talking about. I basically got stopped. The man, I got caught with. I'm talking about every time I threw a jab, all I felt was bam, bam. I'd be looking around like, God damn, what was that? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about countering over that shit because I'm throwing my jab instead of hiding my chin behind my shoulder. I got my chin up, so he countering right over that shit. I don't even know what to do. This is second nature to this kid because he's been doing it since he was 8. Like, man, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. For real.
J1 Pro, salute, bro. Derek Bailey, salute, bro. What's happening? D-Lo in the building, salute. What's happening, Hyphen? Salute.
My man, D-Lo, what's going down? Hyphy, what's up with it?
Yeah, big.
Oh, my brother, don't get up here with that ragged ass Wi-Fi now. Oh man, D-Lo, the voice of reason. Y'all subscribe to her channel if you haven't. He been doing a little bit more content here lately. You know what I'm saying? That's my man. J1 Pro Da Vinci in the building. What's going down with you, bro? If I ain't said it to you already. Yeah. Salute to everybody that came through on the Champ Ross. We had to give out our awards and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't here, we'll say it again. My man Napoleon Armstrong got 3rd place. He was 1 point away from making 2nd place, but we got to give him a 4.5 on the pedigree scale. My man Warzone, he a 4 because he got 5th place, top 5 dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we had some people come through on that channel on the channel Ross. And Michael Zerzik, he just went out there and just dominated the field and got him a win. Got him a dub.
J1 Pro and Derek Bailey, they tied for the
The decisions, majority decision.
stat tracker.
Yeah, salute to y'all. I forgot y'all went out there and gap their little money down. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo said, please and thank you. I don't know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, Joseph Brown laughing at Hyphy, talking about Hyphy jump on with the chirp phone. I don't even know what a damn chirp phone is. D-Lo said, congratulations to everybody up for sure. We already got the schedule out for the next week. So if you ain't in it, you want to get in it, y'all go ahead and come on down. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you don't remember the next tail chirp? Like the walkie-talkie type?
It sound kind of familiar. It ain't really ringing the bell. Like it sound kind of familiar, but it ain't just locking in my mind. Derek Bailey talking about the damn chirp phone. OG said he remember that shit. What's up, Hyphy? You got your shit together? Salute to Pecos Beard in the building. Musically Zone talks boxing. What's good with you?
MZ, salute, bro.
Yeah, we had us a nice weekend. We went undefeated on them picks. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass whooped in the college picks this week though, but I came back strong in the NFL though, nigga. I had the Cowboys. I had the Cowboys plus 5.5, but we won outright. Cincinnati, I had them plus 3.5. We lost by 1. And god damn, I had another underdog. I might have to go look, man. I know I had one more underdog That shit just slipped my mind though. But yeah, we came back pretty strong on the motherfucker. The motherfucker hyphy, man. What's up, bro?
I'm back now. What going on? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good.
I see this weekend. That is why I know a lot of people like to say, PBC, talk bad about and whatever, but this show, PBC, they do have real good undercards. The only thing is they just don't give you good undercards when it's a pay-per-view, and they give you too many pay-per-views. That's the only thing wrong with PBC.
I like PBC, but one thing that I do have a problem with is that a lot of the we'll look at a good undercard, but it be motherfuckers coming off of long layoffs and shit a lot, man. That'd be kind of frustrating. You got two good fighters, but both of them ain't fought in 14 months and shit like that. I just feel like these fighters just need more activity and stuff, man. Start keeping these fighters on point so we can get the best possible product. Just my opinion on that shit. Joseph Brown said, Tregs, the big showdown this week. Them boys coming to link with the link this Sunday. Yeah, we gotta come and put something on y'all, man. Hey, I will say I did pick the Eagles to win the division this year. You know what I'm saying? But I am a lifelong Cowboy fan, so I got to back my squad to go down there and beat y'all. But I know it won't be easy, and it's a chance that y'all going to win the game. But I think we're going to take our pound of flesh, though. We're going to come and hit you. We're going to come and do a little bit of hitting now. You know what I'm saying? But that shit going to be fun. But I'm kind of mad, though, man, because my original team that I picked to win the Super Bowl was actually the San Francisco 49ers, but they put the damn rookie out there. Now that he done got hurt, now they put Garoppolo back out there. They looking good again. I think it's gonna be the Bills and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That's my projection. The Bills and the 49ers is going down. Joseph Brown said it's gonna be a slugfest. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a slugfest, man. It's gonna be a damn good game. They got Philly at -6.5 last time I saw it. I had already made a bet. I ain't gonna lie. I took the Cowboys and bought a point and got +7.5. So hopefully they can go out there and cover the point spread for their boy Trey X. Joseph Brown said San Francisco legit. Yeah, them boys legit, man. They run the ball. They play defense. Got a quarterback that don't turn it over too much. I think they got action. So which one of them undercard fights are you looking forward to? Hyphy on the Deontay Wilder undercard. Because I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm not happy about buying that shit, bro. So sell me on the undercard if you think we should buy it.
Well, you picked the wrong person because I just can't. I hopped on a mic dissing them, don't know.
Yeah, man, I just can't see myself paying for that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie, I hate to disappoint the people, but I just don't like sending that message, man. That like we got two dudes. Well, we got one guy that's coming off of back-to-back losses. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like that's pay-per-view worthy. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but it just is what it is. I just feel like it's some other fights that we could be spending our money on.
And if I could say, you see, like we understand, obviously, okay, these undercards, the main event takes up so much money that they can't put on, the fighters they would like to put on the undercard. We understand that. But the thing is, we boxing fans, we're not in the boxing business. That's not our responsibility to say, oh, well, let's just give them a pass because blah, 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 blah. Nah, I'm going to keep my ass in the fans' place. If y'all can't give us the good cards, then we just not going to give y'all good money. Plain and simple.
Supply and demand type shit. Sound like some boxing economics. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Brown said, this ain't that card, homeboy. Yeah, my man Lawrence Williams said that he feel like it's gonna be some real good fights on the undercard. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really went and looked up close. I had glanced at it, but I ain't just looked up close though. Pagos Bill said I want the girls fight. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Hyphy had brought up the point like a couple of days ago. He said since the event got canceled the first time, did that shit kill the buzz for the fight? I feel like it did kill the buzz. Like I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really been thinking about them the way I was before the Queen passed and the fight was canceled. Well, not canceled, but postponed. It just don't have that same type of energy. I don't have that same type of excitement for it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still interested to see the outcomes of the fights. I know there's some good matchups. We got a 5 going against a 4.5, and we got a 4.5 going against a 3.5. That's always gonna be intriguing to me. So I'm looking forward to it. Just not with the same intensity as before. What about you, bro? How you feel? You looking forward to the Carissa Shields fight this weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the outcome. I'm we ain't gonna be able to see them. I ain't gonna be able to watch them. I'm definitely looking forward to the outcome. And Bumgarner, don't you fight still?
Yeah, her and Michaela Mayer fight on the or the co-main event or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I did forget about the motherfucking shit. But hell yeah, I want to see that. I'm interested in the outcome of that.
Yeah, also we got Devin Haney trying to solidify his claim on the undisputed title in Australia. So we got a lot of offshore shit going on Saturday. We in Australia. We got some shit going on in the UK. And we also got the Wilder Hellenius card later on that night in the United States. So even if we ain't calling that shit, it's going to be a bunch of action all day. And I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully we get some good ass fights that we can bet on. I already got me 2 female bets that I done put in. I took Karis Ehringstall by decision, and I also took Jenny Fuchs or something like that by decision. I know y'all guys that's women's boxing aficionados, y'all probably recognize them names. Um, the Kane said some big fights this weekend. Yeah. Joseph Brown said they had a lot of momentum. It's unfortunate events transpired the way they did. I hope the fight still lives up to the hype. I hope so too, man. But I just like it's kind of hard as an athlete to get up for something and then you get knocked back a peg and then you got to come back with it again. It's kind of like Earl Spence when he was in the Olympics. They say that he got an unfavorable call in a fight. They went back and changed the result, and then he had to try to get back up for the next fight. And he said he wasn't able to get up for that fight. So I can see that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to go through the roller coasters and shit as a fighter. So I can see that in this fight. I just hope they at least bring 90% of what they was gonna bring the first time. And I think we'll be good. Eric Carr said, they missed the mark on that fight. It would have been smart to dedicate to all women's card to the queen and would have made the event historical. Yeah, I agree with y'all. That's a good ass point, bro. I mean, we talking about fighters. What better way than to celebrate the queen? An all women's card, and they square business. It's an all women's card. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great idea. And that's one thing about Eric Carr, man. It'd be kind of hard for me to gauge that motherfucker. He actually a pretty smart guy. He come up with some pretty good ideas. As a matter of fact, he's the person that came up with the Scumbo Baggins title. Pecos Bill said they cheated Earl Spence. Yeah, that's what they say. I actually didn't see the fight, bro, so I can't really speak on it. But I have heard that he got robbed. Ms. Auburn Brown, okay, saying what's up to everybody, being a good moderator. Y'all subscribe to her channel too. You know what I'm saying? She be over there doing the content. She cool as fuck. Be supporting everybody. And a video game channel. That's my little old lounge. I go over there and chill with the women. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the nigga that's gonna be sitting around with hard dick, rusty knuckle ass niggas all day. I'm gonna go chill with the women. You understand me? The Kane said, well, the WBC made the Elizabethan belt for it. They always got a new belt for some shit. Yeah. Yeah, that shit be going to one end after the other. That's just like Canelo fighting for the Aztec belt and all that shit they be making for him. You know what I'm saying? Eric Carr say, good looking out. Yeah, you pretty smart, bro. I got to give it to you. You got a creative mind. You know what I'm saying? And Brown laughing. Pecos Bill said they did him like that. They did him like they did Mayweather. Well, shit, Mayweather just flat out. Well, I saw that one. You know what? It be kind of, you know what? I know Mayweather did well, but I don't look at the Mayweather one the way I look at Roy Jones. Like Roy Jones, he came out that bitch unscathed. Mayweather was leaking when he came out of there, so I can at least say that. I think he should have won, but old boy was landing some punches too now. If y'all remember when Mayweather was doing his interview after the fight, he had his face in that towel and he was wiping that blood out his nose. He was leaking. I think he should have won, but hey, his opponent at least came to at least try to fight back. Okay, everybody saying what's up to each other. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Hey, man, y'all tell me if y'all saw that Martinez fight that in Do he remind y'all of Edwin Valero? Do y'all see that at all? What about you, Hyphy? That dude that fought in Kajas, do you see a little bit of Edwin Valero in that dude, like that aggression?
Hey, the aggression, a lot of like flaws in his game, like the footwork, and remember he was doing this fucking punch where he like leaping in like a flying right hand. You know,
And he
he's
was squared up with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It's interesting that Fundora and Martinez was on the same card because their best attribute, they just know how to fight good. Like they're not the most skilled guys, they just know how to fight good and they fight hard. But yeah, that's definitely comparisons to Edwin Valero. If y'all don't know Edwin Valero, I highly suggest y'all go look up that man. Just his career. But yeah, good comparison.
Yeah, I want to say he was like 27 and over 27 knockouts. And I think he was knocking people out as a southpaw, which is actually kind of rare. I know we don't seem like it, we got people like Tank Davis and we got Crawford that's knocking people out as southpaw. But for the most part, the southpaw be the defensive specialist and not really the knockout artist. And he was one of them dudes that was a southpaw, was also a knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Valero was a bad man. And I agree with you when you said that sometimes like they don't just be the greatest boxers skill wise, but they be good fighters. And that's what I was telling my man earlier. I think talent was his name. I was like, yeah, Fundora, he might not be a very skilled fighter, but I definitely think like he might not be a skilled boxer, but I definitely think he's a fighter. If nothing else, he a real fighter. He'll stand in that pocket with you and throw them hands. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like that about Martinez, man, that aggression. And I like a fighter that don't do everything by the book all the time. It's just like when we was talking about Derek Chisora when he fought against Usyk. When he fought against Usyk, he didn't do everything by the book all the time. Sometimes he would be squared up. So look, when you fighting somebody like Usyk that uses angles so much, it's very important for them to know what stance that you're in. And if you're looking more squared up and they can't really gauge exactly the way that they supposed to approach you, that can throw them off a little bit. That's why I keep on saying Chisora, he lost to Usyk 7-5, 115 to 113. I think it was on every scorecard, maybe 2 out of the 3. But that just shows you that his style gave Usyk some problems. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my boy Napoleon Armstrong. Like I told y'all, he got 3rd place in the Champ Ross. That's a Champ Ross bronze medalist, 4.5 on the pedigree scale.
Salute, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that motherfucking Napoleon a bad dude. I ain't gonna lie. Napoleon, he done came with some pretty good predictions. Like he had took this guy's last name with Boca Chica. Not Boca Chica, I can't remember that guy's name, but I know he fought a dude, his last name was Idigov. And he picked a big underdog, and the dude went out there and won at first, and then they changed the results to a loss. And then this last fight, I asked him, what you think about this Edward Vasquez? I can't remember his opponent, but I had him look at the fight. And he came back and picked the winner, and he was very accurate because he said he'd give the dude 6 out of the 8 rounds. And that's pretty much what the scorecards read. It was a dominant win for Vasquez. So I'm like, damn, this motherfucker Napoleon is pretty good at analyzing these fights. That made me kind of nervous because he picking Crawford over Spence. And he picking it from an analytical standpoint, I think. I know he a big ass fan, so that's probably a big part of it too. But if he going off of the strictly what he see in the boxing ring, I have to say that Napoleon is pretty good at analyzing that shit. I got to give him that. And he got 3rd place in the Champ Ross. We got to say that's a 4.5 on the pedigree scale. Salute to my boy Napoleon Armstrong. That's my nigga. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna add on, like when it comes to whenever y'all see a fighter from Argentina, he not gonna be the most skilled, but please believe y'all gonna have to put that man down just to beat him. They gonna come with it.
It's 2 countries. Argentina. What's the other country, Heike, where a motherfucker gonna be tough as hell? They ain't gonna lay down very easily. Besides Mexico, I know the Mexican style, but besides that, Argentina and Mexico, what's the other country? The motherfucker be tough as hell.
Okay, so to me, it's also Kazakhstan.
Okay, see, for me, it's Poland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Polish fighters be tough as a motherfucker, man. One of me and Yasser's our earlier bets. Damn, I'm so bad with names, man. We had a guy that had 100% knockout percentage, and he was going against a Polish fighter that had never been stopped, and he had been in there with some tough fighters. So I had Yasser take the favorite by decision over the Polish fighter, and that shit paid 5-1 odds. Nigga, we went out there and cashed in on that shit because them Polish fighters be tough, man. They ain't gonna just lay down. Even Kanaki, I know he ain't got the greatest chin against Hellenius and shit like that, but you really got to go out there and go get yours against him. You know what I'm saying? And he a low-level Polish fighter. And I know we done had some Polish fighters in the past. I think, what's my man that Riddick Bowe was hitting with all them rabbit punches and shit and made him go crazy, Galata. I know we done had some fighters like that that ain't just the most tough, mentally tough fighters, but overall, tough fighters come from Poland. And damn sure Argentina too. You know what I'm saying? I be talking about that shit all the time. Pecos Bill said, nope, Spence over Crawford. I see it, goddamn me. Yeah, you know what side I'm on, man. I just got to give some credence to what Napoleon be saying, because he be pretty accurate with his predictions. Even though I could have got him second place this past week because Napoleon got two bonuses, but he only beat me by 2 points. That means that I outpicked him on the other fights. And if he would have had my picks, he would have got second place instead of third, you know what I'm saying, for the last week. Okay, everybody talking to each other and shit. Pecos Bill talking shit to you, hyphen. Say you a ghost smelling motherfucker. Controversial and shit. Say he ain't got no smoke for you, OG. He just up here being peaceful on the panel, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker Pecos Bill a motherfucker though, man. Y'all know I was messed up on Saturday. Pecos Bill sending me messages and shit, talking shit. Talking about, nigga, you 38 now. That don't mean you got to get sick. Well, let me tell you something, my brother. If you eat some food that hasn't been prepared the way that it needs to be, it don't matter what age you are. That shit will fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? That shit had me throwing up. And the worst part is I couldn't consume the calories that I needed to call the fight. So that had me messed up, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna try to keep that shit to a minimum though. The next time we get a good opportunity to call the fight, we're gonna be on it. So what fight you looking forward to this weekend, Hyphy?
It's that women's card. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they didn't take the time to dedicate that whole card to the queen, like, you know, something special. Instead, they just canceled it. And you got to think, Trey, you know, these women, they really don't make a lot of money. So, you know, that could like financially hurt some of those women on that card. Plus, they had already flew over to the UK. And, you know, like you pay for all that flying and everything, your transport. So, like, that really hurt some of those women. But I want to piggyback off that and ask you, is this a time where you really put the spotlight on a coach and it shows who's really a good coach? Because, you know, these women, they was already at their peak pretty much, you know, because the fight was canceled so close to the fight. So now they got to mentally and physically overcome another month. So how much of a challenge is that? And does that show who's really a good coach compared to the others?
I mean, all I can do is think about it in a theoretical type of situation because I ain't never been in a situation like that to where you think you're going to fight one day and then you fight weeks later and shit. I ain't never experienced that. But that's why I was saying, like, if they can come back, like whatever coach gets their fighter to come back closer to 100%, we got to give them some credit on that, man. It's hard to get up for a fight, have that bitch postpone the counsel, and then come back and get up for it again. And the reason that I'm saying that's because that's what Earl Spence said. He said that's what happened to him in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't speak from experience. But yeah, man, I think that's going to be a big part of it, man. If the coach can get their fighters to come back like at 90%, we got to show them some love for that shit, man. They probably have never experienced this before in their life. You know what I'm saying? What's up to D-Lo, the voice of reason on the panel? What's going down with you, bro?
Hey, what's up, fella?
Shit, you chilling on it, man. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just wanted to come in here and fellowship a little bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I was thinking about a fight like we ain't did the fantasy matchups that much. Hyphy asked me one earlier. Who would y'all take out of Rocky Marciano versus Usyk? We can say it's at cruiserweight. Let's say they fought at 200 pounds because y'all know Marciano was a small heavyweight. Who would y'all take, Rocky Marciano or Alexander Usyk?
Marciano.
You taking Marciano, The Rock?
Yeah, because I think based on what I've seen with Usyk at heavyweight, eventually Marciano will land Suzy Q. And it's gonna be Katie Bardo.
What about you, Marlo? Who you like out of Usyk versus The Rock?
I think I have to take Usyk. I think Usyk skills is definitely fit in that area. I mean, especially his length, his weight, his size. But I think his athleticism, his skill. I think he'd be able to take that left hook away from Marciano. That's really all he possessed. What was the leading left hook? Was that Suzy Q, do you know?
Yeah, power in both hands. That motherfucker Marciano hit hard in the bitch.
Yeah. But I think that Usyk be able to take away his strength, to be able to control himself. But I could be wrong, but I'll take Usyk.
What about you, Hype? Who you like out of The Rock, Marciano versus Usyk?
Well, I would definitely be going for Usyk out of that fight, but that left hook, especially like how he called Jersey, that just that scared me. That left hook that he got. Plus, I'm taking in consideration, like you said, that cruiserweight because Marciano definitely wasn't a heavyweight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I said it like cruiserweight, since he wasn't like a big heavyweight. But yeah, I think I like Marciano. I think the punch y'all talking about on Jersey Joe Walker, that was actually a right hand. He kind of blinded him with the left hand, and he dropped a real short right hand when Jersey Joe was against the ropes. And that was the KO punch, you know what I'm saying? But just his determination. I don't think that Rocky Marciano get enough credit. That was a very tough-minded and tough approach, motherfucker. That was a killer. You know what I'm saying? Marciano was not no joke. He could take a good punch, and he definitely gonna give one, and he ain't gonna never stop. He was unrelenting in that boxing ring. I gotta take The Rock, man. I know that Usyk got the pedigree. He got 350 amateur fights. He was 335-15. We ain't gonna take that away from him. A 5 on the pedigree scale. But it was something about Marciano that seems to give him the ability to beat people that are better than him on paper. I done seen him I done watched old fights. He off in there with Jersey Joe Walcott. He off in there with the Mongoose. And these dudes have way better skills than Marciano, but the man would not leave you alone in that ring. Unrelenting. I'm taking The Rock.
Yeah, that dude has some real grit about him, man.
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking Rocky Marciano was a monster. Square business. Napoleon said what it do to his kinfolk. What did Kane say? Okay, I done missed some comments, man. Let me scroll up. Joseph Brown said those Cuban boys don't lay down for nobody as well. I don't really look at them as being tough though. They will lay down now. Like Rigondeaux when he fought against Lomachenko. I mean, what we call that? The man quit on the stool, right? He said that he hurt his hand. I don't believe he did. I think he went out there and quit. You know what I'm saying? So they got some lay down in them. I think they more about skills though. The Argentinian fighters and the Polish fighters, they ain't gotta have no skill. They just gonna go out there and throw them hands. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give them a little bit, a lot of credit for their toughness. But we got to throw the Mexicans in there too. I still don't understand how Alfred Angulo, when he fought against Canelo, like, man, how did that man take all them punches like that, y'all? Do y'all remember that fight, Alfredo Angulo versus Canelo?
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucking Angulo, tough boy. I ain't lying. The only time I remember him getting stopped is when he fought against Laura, and Laura broke his eye socket. But
I was just going to say, didn't Laura have his face all disfigured too? But he didn't want to stop.
he turned his back. I tell you that. As soon as that he felt that punch, he turned around.
Yeah.
But I can't blame him for that. Like some people be like, "Oh man, he a bitch because he quit with a broken eye socket." Like, hey man, I can't even say that because I don't know how that feels. I have never had a broken eye socket in the middle of a boxing match. To know how I would react. Hell, I might have quit too. Like they be talking about Kell Brook when he was fighting against Earl and shit. Nigga, I might have quit too. Like, you done broke my whole eye socket, man. That's just being 100. I know everybody be wanting to sound all tough and macho and they will fight through anything. All right. But shit, that motherfucker Angulo tough. What's up to my boy the Kane Deals on the panel? What's up, bro?
What's happening, man?
Shit, they're chilling, man, talking boxing. What's on your mind?
I just hopping on like D-Lo the fellowship.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Who you got out of Usyk and Marciano?
I probably had to go with Marciano too.
What's the reason?
Well, I mean, we done seen how Usyk respond to intelligent pressure in Chisora, and I think Marciano gonna fight you better than Chisora. Plus, you know, a little bit that I seen about Marciano in his book, he had a science to the shit that he did. He wasn't just out there being no brawler. So, you know, I would just have to go with him based on that.
Yeah, they got me thinking about Joe Joyce too, because they say the same thing. Well, not my bad ever think about George Foreman, because they used to say the same thing about him. They didn't acknowledge the science that he had in his style. Like when he went out there and knocked out Joe Frazier, if you notice, he hit him with the 4 and he came back with the 6. Like the 4 kind of opened up his guard some, then he came right up the middle with that 6. I would call that science. You know what I'm saying? Because he threw himself open, and I got to respect that. Speaking of George Foreman, do y'all think that Joe Joyce is the modern day George Foreman?
I don't.
Why you say you don't?
I thought Big George fought with a little more fluidity, you know what I'm saying, and had a little more. And I know I'm saying it as a slight on Joyce. I think he had a little bit more flair, a little more dazzle to what he did. You know what I'm saying? But he was so much of a brute that that's all people paid attention to, was how he beat guys down. But he had a little style to him. But I think, you know what I'm saying, with Joyce, and I can't remember off the top of my head, there was a heavyweight that I used to think about all the time and say that that's who Joe Joyce reminded me of, but it slipped my mind right now. And it wasn't like one of the marquee guys, but he was somebody who got a lot of attention, you know what I'm saying? And I just can't think of who it was right now.
Like a big Primo Carnero motherfucker or something?
Somebody like that, but it wasn't Primo. It wasn't Primo. It'll come to him. It'll come to him. But at the same time, you know, the more I watch Joyce, the more I do see subtle things that I didn't notice when I watched him before. You know what I'm saying? Even if I go to the Stavern fight, there are little subtleties in there that he mixes in and incorporates. Where, you know, as you look like 2 or 3 fights before that, he was kind of like T1000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about you, Marlo? How you think that Joe Joyce measures up to Big George Foreman?
It's just boxing. Salute, bro. Design and salute, sis.
Appreciate you coming through.
I think George Foreman basically set up his shots. I mean, he was strong, he was a brute, but he ain't leading with his head though. He did have a jab. You know what I'm saying? He did set up shots off the 1-2. And he was a little more athletic or technical looking with his skill. Joyce don't look like as sharp and, or you know what I'm saying, as tactical as Foreman did. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say not. But I mean, they both as strong as a motherfucker. If that's what we're gonna do, they both able to take heavy ass shots and give heavy ass shots. But I don't see the similarities.
What about you, Hype? How you think they measure up?
Well, I know why the comparison is makes. This ain't the first time I heard this, but they both know how to throw their weight around real good in that ring. So you can't deny that.
Okay, what about you, DeCane?
I mean, Joyce, I think we looking at a man that's improving. Like he got a real good chin and a heavy shot, and that's basically done got him to the point that he at now. But I just think Foreman trained under some of the right people, and he had a little more skill in his style.
Okay, I'm gonna take the other side. I think that it is a pretty favorable comparison. It's not the exact same thing because we have a guy that's been fighting in the UK with UK trainers compared to somebody that came up in the United States. And plus, George Foreman was much younger when he went pro than Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce turned pro when he was 31. But when I look at their amateur backgrounds, we got one that's an Olympic gold medalist and the other one is an Olympic silver medalist. And both of them got very deep amateur background, even though Joe Joyce was whooping on kids. We ain't going to take that out. But both of them have very good jabs. I don't think that Joe Joyce is getting enough credit for his jab. I think Joe Joyce is one of the best jabs in boxing. And George Foreman has one of the best jabs of all time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that they 100% congruent or whatever, but I do see the comparison. Both of them are tough. Both of them are very big for their eras. Foreman was like one of the most formidable heavyweights of his time, and I feel the same thing can be said about Joe Joyce when you look at their stature. You know what I'm saying? So we got the amateur background, we got the pedigree, we got the jab, we got the size, we got the toughness, because both of them have some good chins. They can walk through some shots. Joe Joyce might actually have a better chin than George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? George Foreman, he was in the elevator man fight when he fought against Ron Lyle. They were knocking each other down and shit. I ain't seen Joyce go through that yet. You know what I'm saying? Even though he ain't fought no Ron Lyle. But I do think that
I was about to say who was the Ron Lyle of the day that he can get in that kind of shootout with them.
Yeah, but we can't look at everything like as a 1-to-1 ratio because it's so much time in between them. I mean, most of the fighters today don't measure up to the fighters back then because the skills and shit was a lot different. Like I look at Keyshawn Davis the other day, and then I turn around and went and just looked at some Mayweather, and you can just see the difference so blatant. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a dude that's standing up straight, and we got another guy that's keeping his head off the line and shit like that. So it's kind of hard to make that linear comparison right there. But for what George Foreman did in his day, and what Joe Joyce is going up against in his day, I do think it's pretty favorable.
Yeah, I can definitely give you that. As far as
Yeah.
like the skill level that's surrounding them, he would represent the George Foreman type of figure in today's landscape because the skills ain't there overall with everybody else.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a lot of the young fighters, like Shakur Stevenson. We look at him as being a real good fighter, potentially pound for pound, being the best. Some people say Tank Davis. Now go and compare the motherfucker to Old Bone Jones and Ike Williams and all that kind of shit. They don't compare to that shit, in my opinion. But for what they going against in their day and what they got to deal with, I would say that they some of the best of their day, like Shakur and Tank Davis and Devin Haney and stuff like that. But I don't think they comparing to the older generations though. You know what I'm saying? But for today, they good. Let me jump in the chat a little bit. DeCane said, "Who feeding you ill-prepared food, Trey X?" I had got lazy and didn't want to cook and went and got some fucking vegetable fried rice and got fucked up. I had ate it and tried to warm it up later, but I was kind of lazy on the warm up, and I think that's what got me sick. I can't say 100%, but I'm gonna say I think that's what got me sick right there. Pecos Bill said they getting paid for their fights. Yeah, they getting paid. I guess you talking about the women that's coming up. Napoleon said, "Hey Trey, I could have had second." Appreciate the super chat from my boy Napoleon, Square Business. Appreciate that little blessing.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. The Kane said, "Hey Trey, I could have had second, but I accidentally left off my Liam Taylor KO5 pick. I don't even remember seeing Liam Taylor as an option." Liam Taylor, I don't even know what the fuck that is, bro. Pecos Bill said they don't like each other. I think they're going to be ready. Oh yeah, that is something to keep in mind. Carissa said that the fire is still burning. She said they can fight before the fight and during the fight if she want to. So
That's
yeah,
what that's what I jumped on the damn panel to say. Yeah, I don't think you can kill Clarissa Fire for this fight, man. The way they be harassing that girl about that loss, like I don't give a damn when they fight. You ain't killing that fire right there.
Did y'all get a chance to actually watch the fight?
Yeah, I watched that shit, man.
What did you think about Carissa versus Savannah Marshall in the amateur fight?
I mean, I thought it was a real good fight. I mean, I don't even know if I would have gave Marshall that win.
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was a very closely contested fight because Carissa was coming forward, bringing a lot of pressure. She looked like she was the stronger fighter in there, even though she was 4 years younger. We got somebody 17 going against somebody that's 21. and I thought it was very competitive. You know what I'm saying? I might have gave Marshall the decision, a close one, but it definitely didn't go the way that they've been explaining it.
Oh no.
Yeah, to me, I felt like if it was and I know this kind of, like if was a fifth, but it to me watching the fight, it looked like Clarissa Shields was fighting like she was fighting a pro fight, and Marshall was, fighting like, okay, I just need to touch her because I get a point. You know what I'm saying? But if it looked like if it was a pro fight, I think Shields would have won 3 rounds or nothing. You know what I'm saying? As far as the scoring, she would have been up 3 rounds or nothing. Because I mean, to me, she was controlling the action. She was dictating the pace. She was she was throwing punches to the body, which of course a lot of times in the amateurs, that's just wasted work in a way. But to me, it just looked like, what I'm saying, she was having her way at times, and she was moving the bigger fighter around, and Marshall just looked like she was picking her spots to get her shots in, and I guess that was just work that the judges liked. But I would have gave it to Shields, you know what I'm saying, if I'd have been a judge though still. But I'm not good at scoring amateur fight because I always think the guy won the round that the judges saw losing the round.
Yeah, they be voting favorably for the favorites and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Marlo? Did you get a chance to see that Carissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall fight when they fought in the amateurs? That shit was posted on YouTube. I had posted it in the Discord and shit.
I check it out. I went able to check it out.
What about you, Hypey? Did you get a chance to look at that shit? Did you get anything from it? Oh, he done jumped out the panel. I ain't even noticed that motherfucker was gone. Okay, look in the chat a little bit. Eric Carr said star-studded panel right there, goddamn me. It's gonna be really star-studded when my boy Roughhouse, he come home on October the 15th. I had talked to him earlier.
Right on time, ain't
it? Yeah. Right on time, huh? Pay-per-view weekend like a motherfucker. Joseph Brown said the Rock too ferocious. He will walk through Usyk. Yeah, I don't think that Usyk got the power to really just deter him from coming all night. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on that, bro. I just think he just too ferocious, like you said. Hey, Hyphy, we was talking about that Savannah Marshall versus Carissa Shields fight in the amateurs. Did you get the chance to watch that shit? I had posted it in Discord.
Oh yeah. That's a fight. I watched that quite a bit long ago, actually. But yeah, now that fight, it just keeps getting brought up. Like they rubbing it in her face, and they only motivating her a lot more. But yeah, I definitely watched that, and like I say, even this card is lost like a lot of the luster, but we still gonna make sure we do what we got to do it, just to get it out there.
Did you feel like it was a dominant win for Marshall, or did you feel like it was very competitive, or maybe even Carissa might have won?
Yeah, looking at it from like an amateur lens, yeah, what's the name? Marshall won, not by like a clear win, but like I said, you got to look at that fight from an amateur lens, because sometimes in amateurs you got fighters that fight more of a pro-based style.
Yeah, I'm with y'all, man. Especially when they got that point system. I think she lost like 14-8. And here recently, they've been fighting with, they've been scoring the rounds more like 10-9. And I think that's better because it's more subjective and you can count the body punches if you want to. But when they got this point system, I think that's a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? But if they fought in like a modern day system, I think it would have been closer. Let me look in the chat. Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say it kind of remind me of Triple G versus Andre Darrell in the amateurs in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw Darrell landing a bunch of shots that wouldn't count it. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't landing like clean on the head. He was hitting him in the chest, he was hitting him in the body, and I mean he would land like an 8-punch combination, and the judges basically ignored it. You know what I'm saying? So it just on a situation where, like, depending on what the judges like and what they scoring, you're gonna do a lot of work that really ain't gonna get no credit for.
Did they score by round, or did they do the points back then?
I think it was a point. I think it was like some reason I want to say like it might have been like one. Just say that it might have been like a 4-point like say 14-10 or something like that. I can't remember. I had to go back and look, but I think that's the way it was.
Yeah, I know they made a few changes, like in the last few years with amateur boxing. So I think it's better now, even though they don't get the decision right every time. Because I thought Shakur beat Robeisy Ramirez, and they scored that round by round. There wasn't no points. You know what I'm saying? He beat Shakur 2 rounds to 1. But I disagree with that shit. But I still think it's a good step in the right direction. It's just boxing. Salute to you. Say salute Marlo and Trey X. Salute to the corner. Miss Dimps Designs came through. Salute to you. She said, "What's up to the Panamas in the chat? Appreciate you coming through." Pecos Bill said that eye hurts. Yeah, that eye hurt, man. I want to hit Fundora in his eye so I can see how good his vision is with them thick ass Coke bottle glasses he be wearing. Him and his sister. Napoleon said George was a better finisher. Killer Instinct. Oh, you talking about George Foreman was a better finisher. All right, I ain't mad at you. He said, Napoleon said, I know George can take a better beating and keep on ticking. I don't know, though, man. That goddamn Joyce got a hell of a chin, man. Eric R said, especially make sure you hit the like button. You got the like button before you type a letter in the comments. Yeah, definitely would appreciate everybody hit the like button. Yeah, he said hit the like button. Judge O'Brien said Joyce Size and Motor both have sledgehammers of a jab and both take serious bars off your motherfucking ass square minute. I'm with you on that, man. If they want to say that Joe Joyce is a B-level George Foreman, I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I see the comparisons. I don't think they just quite on the same level, but I will say that Joyce is like a B-level George Foreman for me. Eric Carr said, yeah, I be trying to see who Shakur and some of these guys remind me of. Some see Sweet Pea. I don't see that. I just think that the modern day fighters, they just they stand up too straight. Like I said, man, hey, it's Le'Veon Bell about to fight this MMA fighter named Uriah Hall. And if y'all look at Le'Veon Bell fight, I'm not gonna say he's just some good fighter, but I like the way he posts up better than a lot of these more experienced fighters. Y'all look at him fight whenever y'all get a chance and look how much he keep his head off the line and he make himself a smaller target. And he over there being taught by Barry Hunter, so he seems to be taking the shit seriously. But I just I like his stance. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping his head off the line. I think it's just better for a defense instead of standing up straight like you got a stick in your back. That's the number one thing that y'all will hear me complaining about with modern day fighters. Stop standing up straight so much, looking like Vonda Ward fighting against that chick from Austin, Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf knocked their ass out standing up straight. Eric Carr said, I'm still waiting for Devin to show me that there are levels to this shit when it comes to separating himself clearly from the pack. All right. Napoleon said Liam Taylor fought Harkin, KO4. Okay, I think I had Harkin. Yeah, I had Harkin in that fight. He said, you chose Harkin. This motherfucker laughing like he just went out there and killed. I can't even talk shit because the man got third place. But I got to say this, though. There's only 1-5 on the pedigree scale on the block. And that would be yours truly, your boy Trey X. Y'all motherfuckers still got to put some respect on my name now. Eric R said Shields added layers in a short time to her game since fighting Marshall. It's going to be interesting to see how they compare now. And that's something that's big for me. If you look at their fight in 2012, you will see one fighter start to ascend and the other fighter went the other way. Like she never won nothing major after that. You know what I'm saying? Carissa Shields, she went on to win Olympic gold medals, AIBA World Championship gold medals. Marshall did not. And they have common opponents in the amateurs. I counted about 3 of them. But each one of them, they beat Savannah Marshall 3 rounds to nothing, and they lost to Clarissa Shields 3 rounds to nothing. That's a big thing for me. If you losing to people getting shut out 3 rounds to nothing, and I hold that against you. If you a top level fighter, I need you to at least win 1 round. That's one reason why I was mad at Teofimo Lopez for losing 3 rounds to nothing to Sofiane Umiha from France. Go out there and at least win 1 round. Got to give Keyshawn Davis some credit, though, because he did go out there and beat Sofiane Umiha, you know what I'm saying? But win 1 round at least. Don't lose 3 rounds to nothing. And that's what Savannah Marshall was doing. And them same girls, they were losing to Carissa 3 rounds to nothing. So I think that's something that's not looked at enough in this fight. Like I think it's a difference in talent. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely gonna see. Was it something else that you wanted to touch on, bro? Or anybody on the panel?
Oh yeah, we were talking about Clarissa Shields and her pro record and how she done accomplished so much. And I was just saying that I think that her pro record is a little overrated. But one thing I want to add to that is that a lot of the women that she fought early in her career, they didn't really have no amateur background. Like if you look at Nikki Adler, the one that she was undefeated, and Clarissa Shields went out there and stopped her. But she was one of them women who was around before the amateur background. I think me and Trey, man, you talked about one time how women's boxing has just uh it has advanced a lot in recent years because women are coming out of the amateurs. So a lot of these undefeated women that Caressa fought, man, they were those kind of women that was around before that shit started happening. So they was kind of low level, even if they was undefeated or champions and stuff like that. So that's just one thing I wanted to add is that, a lot of them women was the old school chicks.
Not all of them, but like Franchon Cruz, she had a deep amateur background. I just watched one of our amateur fights the other day too. What's the name of that chick that they trying to get to fight? What's Terry Harper? She's
They
7-0 with 5 knockouts. She fought Carissa Shields in the amateur. Lawrence Williams said that she was the big time women's fighter before Carissa came along. Her and Carissa had a good ass fight, and she also fought against Franchon Cruz. She's 7-0 right now with 5 knockouts.
And you said she also fought Franchon Crew,
Yeah, she fought both of them. I watched the fights. She like a
and
up. Go
she
ahead.
fought Clarissa Shields in the pros.
In the amateurs.
Oh, and she fought Franchon Cruz in the amateurs too.
And now they trying to get her to fight Terry Harper.
I don't know who that is. What weight class she fight at?
Shit, I want to say 54.
Mary Spencer.
That sound kind of familiar. I think that's it. That sound familiar. Yeah, I think that's it right there.
I don't think Terry Harper want that kind of smoke.
That's why I brought it up because I'm pretty sure they're gonna make Terry Harper the favorite in the fight because she's
Hell no.
younger. Well, her opponent 37 and she's relatively unknown to the mass boxing public. When it comes to people like you and one time, y'all know, but everybody else for the most part don't know. But they've been seeing Terry Harper on some big stages. And most of the time the odds makers would make that fighter as the favorite. It's at least gonna be a pick 'em. I do not see this woman being a big favorite over Terry Harper. So I brought it up to say shit, that's a good betting opportunity. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
think she gonna whoop Terry Harper.
Oh, she is. She can box and she can punch. She out here stopping everybody.
Yeah, and she got a deep amateur background. She got a whole bunch of hardware. If you look up the amateur background and look at all them medals, she got it.
Yeah,
And
for real.
I watched it. Like I told you, I watched 2 of her amateur fights against Carissa and Franchon. And if that ain't a good gauge of how good you can fight, I don't know what is. And
Right.
she was holding her own in that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even her and Carissa, nigga, that was a good competitive technical fight. You know what I'm saying? She had some counter punches. And then as a pro, it looked like she bringing power, which is kind of rare for the women, like Savannah Marshall hitting hard like that. I
Hmm.
think she gonna be a problem for Terry Harper, man.
She gonna be a problem for anybody at 54.
Oh yeah. Scrap it. You know what I'm saying? Let me look in the chat in the comments a little bit. Eric Carr said a lot of people picking my Mayor to be Bumgarner. Is it really that easy to y'all eyes? Well, I'll go first. I don't think it's gonna be that easy because we got a 3.5 going against a 4.5. And I always say a 3.5 can beat anybody up to a 5, like anybody. And I feel like neither one of them have fought anyone like the other. Like I'm picking Michaela Mayer to outwork Baumgartner and win by decision. But she ain't never fought nobody like Baumgartner. Baumgartner is a world-class athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like a square business athlete and a national champion. You can't just assume that this woman is gonna go out here and lose. I'm taking Mayer, but I will not be surprised if she go out there and get beat by Baumgartner. What you think about that one time? Not one time, but DeCane.
Man, listen, people keep saying about Michaela Mary, oh, she went out there with Hamadouche and she showed her grit and she went to war. But you ain't finna do that against no Baumgartner. You be out there, goddamn Rumpelstiltskin in this motherfucker, boy. You ain't gonna take them kind of shots over and over for no full fight. So I mean, the only bet I believe is to box, because I don't think she finna go out there and have no war with no Alicia Bond. That woman punched too hard.
You taking Baumgartner?
Um, man, that's a good one because it's gonna depend on strategy, man. Like I said, if Michaela Mayer go out there and box, I believe she can win because I think that she might have a better chance at winning a boxing match. But if they get dragged into a war, then I got Baumgartner.
See, I look at it the other way. I think if they get drugged into a war, I think that favors Michaela Mayer because she seems to throw more punches. It seems like Baumgartner the type of fighter that can kind of get on cruise control a little bit. I
Mm.
don't think that this is a cruise control type of fight. I think that she's gonna have to get out there and bite down on the mouthpiece and really impress the judges and put some hands on them. She already lost a split decision fight before, so that shows me that the fight game is willing to pick against her, not pick against her, but decide to fight against her. So if she gonna go out here and beat an opponent on this level, I think she really got to go out there and step on the gas and put some on her ass. But if she get into the cruise control, I don't think it's good.
So you think a war favors Mayer?
Yeah, because he just seemed like she built for throwing punches. It's kind of like Fundora against Ocampo on Saturday night. Ocampo was trying to fight on the outside at first, and then he got in the pocket and was trying to bang on the inside. And I thought he was doing pretty good, but I just remember thinking, like, this is how Fundora lives. Like, I see this man do this every fight. Like, he is a fish in water right now. You a fish out of water, because that ain't what you do. How you gonna do this for 12 rounds? And to his credit, that was one of the most inspirational performances that I've seen in a long time because I did not think he could do that for 12 rounds, and he did it anyway. And they wanted to stop the fight. But I'm just thinking, like with Mayer and Baumgartner, if they get out there and get the slugging on the inside and shit, I just don't know how Baumgartner gonna hold up with that because that's not what she does. Well, from what I've seen, I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm an expert, but from what I've seen, I don't see her fighting like that. Like I ain't never seen her in a Hamadouche fight.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen her like in that type of fight?
No, I haven't seen her, fight somebody like that for a full tour. I've seen her pounce on somebody and get them out of there against the ropes, but I ain't seen her fight like that for a whole fight.
Yeah, she seemed like the type of person that like to fight a clean fight, be on the outside and look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, hit you with clean punches and shit. She don't seem like the type of person that want to get in the trenches and go chest to chest and shoulder to shoulder and slug it out in this phone booth if we need to. It seems like Mayer has a little bit more versatility in that regard. Like she can box a little bit, but at the same time, if she needs to rumble with you, she can.
And
But
that's one thing. Oh, my man, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, but Baumgartner, like you said, got more power.
Yeah, that's one thing about Mayer. She said Coach Al uh, was having her fight many different styles, and she didn't realize until later that he was basically rounding out her boxing game.
And that's a good point that you brought up because I feel like she probably has the advantage when it comes to coach. I saw that they said that Baumgartner's coach is a protege of Mayer's coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He taught him, so he might have forgot more than that motherfucker. Yeah, you know how it is, nigga. Hey, I
Right.
taught you everything you know, but I ain't teach you everything I know type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that might give us some confidence. What you think about that shit, Marlo? Who you taking to win that Baumgartner versus Mayer fight?
Shit, I think this gonna be both of them tough fight. But I'm gonna go with Baumgartner, even though I think she's gonna be in the tough. But I'm gonna definitely go with majority type of fight.
So you taking the bomb.
Yeah.
What about you, D-Lo? Who you like in that fight?
Man, when they had made the fight initially before they postponed it, I had Baumgartner because I was just looking at how Michaela Mayer, all the stuff she putting on social media and all that, and just wondering how any of that was going to translate over into the ring. Was that going to transfer over as far as her seeming to be a little more emotional? She's a little keyed up about this fight, and it's like it's for some reason it's like it's more than just a fight. So I kind of looked at it like maybe all of that'll have her a little unnerved and unsettled, or even trying to do a little too much early on that could get her in some trouble. So I was going with Bumgarner, but now they've had a lot of time to settle, things, done kind of, they kind of went to from about to have a fight to the fight being to basically at first, I'm sure they didn't know if they were even gonna have a fight. Damn alarm going off. Sorry about that. And then now to having a, postponed fight. So I don't know right now. It's up and down for me.
I think that's a good point that you made about the emotion, because it kind of brings you back to Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos, where you got the guy doing all of that talking, and he got Lopez out of his element early in the fight and got him on some bullshit. Bumgarner is best boxing. That's her thing. She like to get out there and box. She's like a power boxer. You know what I'm saying? It might be advantageous to somebody like Mayer to make her come out there real aggressive and offer a square early in the fight. So, and I have seen Bumgarner be very emotional about this fight. So that could be an advantage for Bumgarner. For Mayer. I agree with you. What about you, Hyphy? Who you like in this fight, bro? You think gonna win?
All right, so even though I agree with the end of what D'Lo was saying, to me, like as far as him saying she might have been like too emotionally invested in it, was like you could say the same thing about Clarissa, because they just want to win this fight so bad. So I think that's what the emotion is. But I'm just thinking that Mayer just going to kind of outwork her a little bit. Now it's definitely a fight that Alicia could win, but like I said, I watched her SD loss, and that was kind of one of the things that happened in that fight. The girl did kind of rough her up at times. So yeah, I'm just going with Mayer in that fight. And speaking of just like the emotional mindset, I was reading an article from Marshall, and she was saying that she laid in bed for a week because she was just so depressed about the fight being canceled. So yeah, they have had to overcome now that, and I think that's all the women on the fight, on the card. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how what plays out after everything that's transpired.
I think that's a point. You said she stayed in the bed, so it's saying like she took that shit pretty hard. She went low.
Depression.
She was on the high, then she went low. Like she was on a mountain, then she went to a valley. That ain't real good. Like, is she
her
gonna be?
excuse when she get her ass beat?
Yeah. Hey, but is she gonna be able to get up for this shit though? I mean, because Carissa got the motivation because she lost the first time, so she want to come back and redeem herself. That might help her get fired up because, like y'all said, she seemed like she been dialed in. But what about the person that won the first time? Are they gonna be able to get that same motivation and come back?
Well,
Let me just say one more thing, and I'm gonna give it right back to you. Because a lot of the time when we see rematches, I know this ain't an official rematch as far as the pros, but this is Carissa's only loss. So this is the rematch for her. And most of the time when I see rematches, a lot of the time, unless it's a contractually obligated rematch, if it's a rematch that's based on performance, a lot of the time the person that lost the first time win the second time because of that motivation and familiarity. You know what I'm saying? What you about to say, Ike?
Yeah, in the same article I was speaking of, if you just some of the quotes, you would really like the way that she's speaking, because this is how Camboso should have been speaking when he fought Haney. Because they was talking about like I guess there's a rematch clause in the fight, but Marshall was saying forget a rematch clause. She got to win this fight. Like she, what I'm saying, like the past don't matter, a rematch don't matter. She only focused on this fight. She got to win this fight. But speaking of Marshall, I was watching just some highlights of her. I watched one of her fights today, watched some highlights and some analysis, and I mean, I talk about terrible footwork in boxing. This is some of the worst, hideous footwork I've seen in like current boxing.
Who you say had that?
Marshall.
Oh, she had some of the bad footwork. I actually think that she was a better fighter when she fought Carissa in 2012. I thought she had better footwork and she used the range and her real estate a lot better back then. It seemed like after that she went to a Commonwealth slickness style, that Commonwealth style we were saying. But at first it seemed like she was a better pure boxer when she fought Carissa the first time. She was using angles and stuff better, and her footwork looked a lot smoother. Now she like to be in front of you more with the head moving side to side, shit, throwing power. But I think she was better back then. And I think her results reflect that. because she was doing real good, and all of a sudden she started losing to people and not winning the medals. Let me look up in the chat a little bit. Napoleon said, I got to go with the more experienced boxer over the puncher. Just me. I'm with you on that. Hey, me and this man, we be making bets and shit together, man. I don't even like sending him my bets because he get a chance to see my picks on the Chan Raw. He came bragging to me talking about I got Dennis Hogan by majority decision, got the bonus. Nigga, I got the bonus too. And I'm sitting up here like, nigga, you seen that shit on my picks that I sent your ass at the beginning of the week. How you gonna see I picked the man by decision, then come back bragging? Motherfucker. Eric Carr said, do Mayer versus Bumgarner resemble Taylor versus Prograis? Nah, Taylor versus Prograis is Southpaw and Southpaw. Well, yeah, I guess I can't say that because Mayer versus Bumgarner is orthodox versus orthodox, but I think that Southpaw versus Southpaw is different. I just see so many knockouts and shit when it comes to this situation. Like, think about Rayo when he fought Edwin De Los Santos, Southpaw and Southpaw. People wasn't expecting that shit to go the way it did. But when you get them Southpaw against Southpaw, man, it be like that. So it's kind of hard for me to compare something to that situation. Eric Carr said, I thought Tony Harrison was coaching Bumgarner. I thought that was a boyfriend or some shit, but I did hear one time said that he helping in camp. But she got that old man. I think he got like a Muslim sounding name or something. I can't think.
I don't know if you saw that press conference, but Tony Harrison was up there with her.
Okay, I saw the little
Where the
build up.
coach supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that build up when they was in the gym talking shit to each other, and Mayer had the old man, and Baumgartner had the younger guy that I said was the protege of Mayer's coach, and they brought that up on that little broadcast. He was like, "Nigga, shit, I'm the one that taught you." So it seemed like she might have more than one coach.
Yeah, when they was in the gym and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think that Lawrence Williams said that might be a problem though, because if she getting instruction from more than one person, that might confuse her. Look in the chat a little bit more. Napoleon's okay. Talking to Eric Carr. Eric Carr, okay, talking to Napoleon. Joseph Brown said that's a terrible admission by Mark. Yeah, she shouldn't have said no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I would be feeling pretty good about myself if I'm Carissa. You over there laid up in the bed, all depressed. Because it might be for more than one reason. You sad that we got the fight pushed back, and you're sad over the queen and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, speaking of the queen, y'all seen Mauricio done crunk up his belt machine and made a new belt.
Yeah, the Elizabethan title or some shit. Huh?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Oh, y'all did? Well, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, they'll create a belt in a heartbeat. But shit, anybody got something else that y'all want to talk about?
I just want to say, look out for that damn Chantel Cameron versus Jessica McCaskill fight coming up in November. That's gonna be a hell of a fight.
I did get a
both
chance.
them women want that fight.
I ain't mean to interrupt you, but I did get a chance to go look at Chantel Cameron. Yeah. And I looked at her amateur background and shit. She do got some medals over there now. I can't remember exactly. I think I saw it like she was I think she might have been a 5 actually, at least a 4.5. So that definitely did make it more interesting. I saw that she got some toughness about her too.
Oh yeah.
She got some skills, but at the same time, she kind of got some meanness to her too. That made the fight intriguing to me. I told you a few weeks ago, I was like, oh man, we don't be all that women shit like that, man. You gotta let us catch up. Yeah. But I did, I kept my word though, and I went and I looked the shit up, and I checked that.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming back singing a different tune now.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested at first, but after I went and looked at that shit, I was like, hold on now, because I know old girl gonna come fight hard. She like a little Joe Frazier to me. What's her name?
McCaskill.
Yeah, she fight like a motherfucker. Yeah. And she got somebody that's gonna go out there and get right with her ass. You know
right. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. It's gonna be fireworks.
I agree with you on that. I think Hyphy was talking about that fight too, and I kind of blew him off. That don't sound right. I pushed the man away.
Brushed him off. You just brushed him off.
Yeah, I brushed the man off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brushed the man off. And I act like I ain't give a fuck, but when I went back and checked it out, I was like, yeah, they right. This is a very intriguing matchup. Y'all were right. Let me look. Yeah, let me look in the chat a little bit. Napoleon said, nah, I'm an honest man. I would start sending your mom first. I did take your advice with picking majority decision instead of my usual UD. I will give you that, nigga. That's the bonus. That man talking about you did give me the bonus though. I took MD instead of UD. Yeah,
Hey,
nigga.
if he'd have picked UD all season, he wouldn't have been in third place.
He did for City, but that's something that you got to give him though, because he did pick UD majority of the time, and he still got third.
Yeah. He definitely was on his picks then, because he missed out a lot of opportunity for bonuses.
Yeah, he got a bunch of bonuses though. Every fucking week, he be messaging me on Discord. Oh, I got KO5 with this person. I got KO7 with this person. I got the split decision with this person. I be like, man, shut your ass up, nigga. I ain't trying to hear all that shit, nigga. I'm over here in 18th place. And this man over here talking about all his bonuses and shit. Hey, I'm gonna come back on your ass this coming up season though, boy. Hey, let's talk about some of them fights this weekend though.
Hey,
Like,
I wanted to before, but I don't know how long y'all gonna go, but I definitely wanted to and y'all might have covered this already too, cause I've been kind of in and out. But the Jack Reese, he was doing a little too much, way too much the other night.
on a compo fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, he wanted to be the star.
I agree. I thought Ocampo was fighting the fight of his life, and they talking about stopping the fight because his body language wasn't good.
Man, that man said he ain't hitting hard enough. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing. Man, sit down.
And then look at how wide the cars was.
Hey, I feel like he influenced the cards, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that fight was way closer than that. But I mean, he was acting like I don't know, man. He had like the dude was just out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just getting dominated and stuff. But then when you look at the punch stats, and I know punch stats are subjective, but if anything, they probably helped make it seem better for Fundora, if anything, because the punch stats were right there. Like he only threw like 2 less punches according to punch stats.
Shit, that was a close fight, man. I thought it was real close going into the championship rounds, and that's when Fundora separated himself. But I had it like some 8-4, 7-5 type shit. You know what I'm saying? I did not agree with them cards, but like you said, when Jack Reese started saying what he was saying, that made me think Ocampo wasn't gonna get no first shape. You know what I'm saying? I think they had their mind made up who they thought they wanted to win. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
mean, and for I guess for the on the bright side, I do feel like the right man won the fight. But one thing I do always say about these decisions or even bogus stoppages is that, you know what I'm saying, that has an impact on that man moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like going forward, it looked like he got dominated in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And that may, when it come to getting other fights and stuff like that, and things like that, it might play against him. I just feel like, just call it fair. That fight, that the scorecard was not indicative of the fight I watched. I mean, and maybe I don't know what the hell I'm looking at.
Hey man, appreciate that super chat from Napoleon. He said about to slide out of here. My wife looking at me crazy. It's my anniversary. 10, 10, 10. Gotta go into the phone booth as Napoleon and come at his Superman. Peace, Block fam. Appreciate you, bro.
Congratulations, bro, to you and the wife. Appreciate you. Salute.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Gil Cole's anniversary too. You know what I'm saying? So 2 of our player partners on the corner got their anniversary today. Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate you too.
Man, hey, congratulations, Gil. Happy anniversary.
We've been doing this since 8:45, so we coming up on 2 hours. So I just want to get this real quick. I want to go through everybody's opinion on what y'all think about a couple of fights, and then we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna start with I'll start with you, Marlo. What you think about the Andre Durrell versus Caleb Plant this weekend?
Anthony Durrell.
Yeah, Anthony Durrell, my bad.
Shit, I like the fight. I like the fight for Blank, and I like the fight for the Real. How long since the Real been in the ring?
Shit, both of them ain't fought since last December, I want to say. Maybe November, but they both ain't fought in the same amount of time.
Okay, I like it for both of them. I think this fight's been a long time coming. Um, I think this gonna be his last, the Real last hurrah. If I ain't mistaken, probably will be. And Plant gonna have to step up, man. We're gonna see how his gas tank gonna look. And we're gonna see if he fully 12 rounds into the fight instead of asking the motherfucker, how do I look? Am I pretty good? You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm gonna go with Plant skill, but Darrell is an old dog with skill, so you never know what happened back in that fight. I think it's gonna be a close fight. But you know, I ride with Plant, man. I'm a big Plant by a majority decision.
Okay, hey, salute the Warzone in the chat, man. Congratulations on getting fifth place. I think it might have been fourth. I know you top five, man. We got to put you on a 4 on the pedigree scale. You know what I'm saying? So salute the Warzone. What about you, D-Lo? Go ahead,
Warzone,
bro.
congrats.
What about you, D-Lo? How you like the Darrell Plant fight?
I mean, I like you said earlier, man. I hate seeing these guys come into a fight off a layoff. I mean, yeah, it helps when they both been out the same amount of time. Where one guy don't have a big advantage. Of course, in this situation, you got one guy coming off a KO loss, and in a fight that he actually was probably fighting the fight of his life prior to getting stopped, even though the judges didn't see it that way. And then, you know what I'm saying, and the other guy, if I'm not mistaken, Darrell coming off of that nasty knockout over the Henderson dude, or not Henderson, what's his name, Hernandez or whatever his name was. I think that's some Hispanic guy. I think that was his last fight, was that vicious uppercut knockout.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like for Darrell, for him to really ride the momentum of that, he'd have had to been fighting within like 6-7 months. I think now that he hadn't fought in all the time, I mean, he's an older fighter, more shot worn, body done been through a lot with him having cancer and the motorcycle accident and all that. He's had time to rest, but at the same time, those older joints and things, you know what I'm saying? How's it going? Is it going to take him a long time to get into his rhythm? With all of that being the case, and then of course with Caleb Plant having a new trainer, in most cases I would be concerned more so with the guy having a new trainer that it's probably going to work against him. But I feel like with Caleb Plant, I think it was probably exactly what the doctor ordered. So I think Plant will be the guy that'll come out faster and put rounds in it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say necessarily put rounds in the bank, but be the guy throwing more punches while Darrell kind of paces himself and picks his shots. But it's hard, man. If a fight breaks out, you know what I'm saying? Darrell, I may have to favor Darrell, but with everything factored in like it is, I guess I'm gonna edge it out to Plant to win by probably a split decision, majority decision.
Okay, what about you, Hyphy?
Hey, so I know we about to wrap the thing up. So I hope everybody come to MZ Musically Zone Talk Boxing tomorrow. So we just continue it on with some of the discussion, all that. As far as the Anthony Darrell versus Caleb Plant fight, them PBC niggas only get half a bar. Fuck them PBC niggas.
All right. Well, but last but not least, the great Decane Diaz.
I mean, I had to favor Plant by decision because, like D'Lo said, if a war break out, Darrell might catch him with something, but I don't really see Plant allowing the war to break out. Really, I think he's just gonna box.
Okay. Darrell, I think that he had a lot of trouble with the Kyron Davis kid. And the Kyron Davis kid remind me of Plant, but a lesser version. Like, he got good hand speed and he had some good footwork in that fight. And he gave Darrell some problems. Shit, I actually thought he beat Darrell when I watched it real time. And Plant got fast hands, man. He got that speed from Kyron Davis seemed to give Darrell some problems. And I know Plant is even faster than that. Deep amateur background, 97-20. Won several national championships, national Golden Gloves. He above a guy like Kyron Davis. Kyron Davis was a national champion too. I'll give him that, but I still think Plant is a step above him. You know what I'm saying? So I think especially early on, I think that speed is going to be looking dazzling. Like, that shit is going to be looking fast as fuck to Darrell. But the thing about Plant is he throw everything fast and he throw everything hard. So once we get into the second half of the fight, I can see Darrell catching up to him and put some hard shots on him, motherfucker. But like D-Lo said, this might be like a out with the old, in with the new type of situation. we got a guy that have been around the block a long time. Darrell got a lot of amateur fights, 192 and 20. I get him and Kovalev mixed up, but he was 192 and 20. Fighting in all kind of shit, Olympic trials, all kind of shit. And he fighting above his weight class. Because his brother fought at 165, so he fought at 178. And he went through a lot with cancer and chemotherapy and all that kind of stuff. So chronologically, he listed it like 37, but hell, his body might think he 42 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think this just might be an out with the old, in with the new. They probably want to try to get like Platinum fought on pay-per-view and all that shit before, so they might want to put him in a position so they can get him back on pay-per-view. So if it's some close rounds, I actually think they're gonna go to Plant. So I'm gonna go on ahead and take Plant by decision. I know the junkyard dog is tough though. He ain't gonna just come lay down. The only man to stop him was David Benavidez, and that was mainly because of the cut in the fight, because he got cut above his left eye, I think, in that fight. And I think that's a big reason it got stopped. But overall, he was showing toughness, you know what I'm saying? So I think it'll go the distance, and I'm taking Plant by decision. But I won't be too surprised if later on in the fight, the Rail catch up to him and put some hard shots on him. You know what I'm saying? So one more fight before we leave. Marlo, what's your final ruling on Wilder versus Helenius?
I'm gonna take Wilder by stoppage, late stoppage. I know he ain't been in the ring in a minute, but I think that power is gonna be there. I think that timing probably gonna be the problem, and that's why I choose late. I mean, Lanius do work up the jab, but he like to get into brawling. He gonna try to land something hard. I think he might get caught with that right hand trying to lean in. I think a lot of the timing is gonna be eventually later in the round.
What about you, DeCane?
Man, how old is Robert Helenius? Is he older than Wilder?
They about close to the same, maybe about 37, 36.
Hmm. This one I've been thinking about, man. I don't know, cause Helenius got a little bit of skill, but I mean, shit, he could get caught with something by Wilder. But I've been kind of leaning toward Helenius, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Didn't cross my mind. He started fighting when he was 5. Wilder started fighting when he was 19. One guy was 30 and 5. The other one, you will see different records. You'll see 101, 38 and 5. You'll also see 190 and 19. So it's crossed my mind. I ain't gonna even lie. What about you, D-Lo?
Yeah, I think the familiarity between the two, you know what I'm saying, that's something to be concerned about for both fighters. You know what I'm saying, there's an advantage for both and there's a disadvantage for both. But I feel like ultimately, you know, just watching past performances, Helenius doesn't always do a good job getting his head out of the way of the right hand. You know what I'm saying? So even in some of the fights that he won, he had moments where, you know, guys were able to catch him, you know, connect with him, you know, connect on him with a good right hand shot. And I just don't know that he can withstand, you know, too many of those from Wilder. So I'm expecting. And then also, like we say about a lot of other things, the man was picked for a reason. You know, it's a respectable opponent, being that he's a sparring partner, and you know, a lot of people discredit that. But you look at the great Roy Jones Jr. The first time he got put on the canvas, it was versus a sparring partner. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those type things do play a part in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I got to, you know, feel like at some point Wilder gonna catch him. But I also feel like Wilder probably knows he can't play around with this dude and let the fight linger on longer than he has to. Hopefully that don't make him headhunt, but I think Wilder can get him out of there inside of 5.
That's my exact round I picked. I picked Wilder in 5. If you look at Wilder's career, a lot of the time he get that first knockdown in the 5th round. If you really go back and look, I'm telling y'all, Wilder is due to land a right hand in the 5th round. But yeah, I'm taking Wilder because I think he is a level above everybody that Helenius done fought. Helenius got a deeper amateur background as far as the number of fights, but he didn't reach the heights of Wilder. Like he didn't qualify for the Olympics. And he has like a good amateur record, but that shit over there in Finland. I don't know Finland to be a boxing powerhouse. If Finland is a boxing powerhouse, y'all let me know. But I think I got to take the guy that got the national championship in the United States, Olympic bronze medal. They got the familiarity with each other. And both of them are like a mirror image almost. They like two tall guys, long arms. They like to throw straight punches. It kind of remind me of Hamza Shiraz in his last fight when he fought that Torres guy that went the distance against Benavidez, his big brother. He from Argentina. He very tough. He got knocked out by Hamza Shiraz. But that's what it reminds me of. You got them two long lanky fighters with strong straight punches. And I think that Wilder gonna be able to land that right hand. I got Wilder KO 5.
Let me also add, Hellenius got stopped by Gerald Washington, so never mind. He ain't gonna survive Wilder.
Yeah, former football player. But I be looking at stuff like that, but it'd be kind of hard because we could have said that was a reason why we would take Kanaki over him because Kanaki beat Washington. But you never know where a fighter is mentally. Like he might not have been invested 100% back then, and now he got a different type of confidence. Like even looking at that Johnny Rice that went against Michael Coffey. It seemed like he had been like an underachiever type of guy, didn't fight to his full potential. Then all of a sudden a switch got flipped. And he came in that day and said, hey, I ain't leaving here without a W. And went out there and got one, came back and got another one. And Hellenius might have said the same thing. Like, hey, I've been kind of underachieving, but hey, I'm coming to give my full potential now. And he went out there and put on a hell of a performance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Trey. I
That's
think
something. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think the Gerald Washington fight was his first fight in the U.S.
That's a big thing. If you look at the history, when heavyweights make their U.S. debut, they take losses a lot of the time. What you about to say, DeCane?
I was about to say that's something I was thinking about in terms of Wilder is the headspace. He coming off them two losses to Fury, so he might be out there like he got something to prove. Plus, he been training with your boy Malik Scott, and they've been working on expanding Wilder's horizons as far as his game is concerned. So he might come out there, looking very focused and having something to prove. So I mean, if Wilder learn how to set up his right hand better, I mean. I really don't see nobody can beat that dude.
Man, all that Malik Scott shit gonna do is gonna either improve him or confuse him. It's gonna be one of the two. I'm telling you right now, that's a big X factor. Like you go from feeling like you the baddest man on the planet to all of a sudden you got stopped twice by one man. You ain't indestructible. So that might hurt his confidence and shit. I want to see where his head at. He was thinking about retiring. So how do I know he ain't got one foot in the grave and the other one on the banana peel?
Yeah, that's another thing to look at. That's another thing to look. It could go either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Wilder by KO 5 though. Maybe I'm picking with my heart. I'm gonna go ahead and read these comments so we can go ahead and shut it down. Let me scroll up because I had missed some. Where I was at, I know I missed one by Eric Carr. He's reading right there. He said, I know it's all okay. I read that one. Eric Carr said, I want to see a fighter with power commit to the body on Fondor for a few rounds and see how he responds. I definitely want to see that too. Ms. Almond Brown, blessings to Napoleon. Go smelling motherfucker. Warzone, yeah, salute to you. Scroll down. Eric Carr. J1 Pro, salute to all the anniversaries. Absolutely. Salute to my man Gil Cole with his anniversary. He ain't in the building, but salute to him. Napoleon said, oh, I'm trying to make Chan Ross a little more lucrative for everybody. Stay tuned. Yeah, he's trying to add on to the pot, man, and get a second place and stuff like that, man. Salute to Napoleon. Warzone, yeah. Plant by unanimous decision. Eric Carr said, they killed me with these fights. If HBO boxing was still alive, Plant versus Darrell would be 3 fights before a main event on the card, but it's pay-per-view now. Yeah, that is crazy. Warzone said Darrell coming to fight. I think he's going to come to fight too. He don't like Plant. So that might get him up for the fight. We got a guy that's 192-20 going against a guy that was 97-20. But, it might be out with the old in with the new. Eric Carr said Wilder knockout in 7. Warzone said he got it in 8. Eric Carr said Darrell feel disrespected but father time. That's what I was saying. Warzone said Finland known for skiing. Goddamn me, they ain't known for no boxing. Eric R said skiing his ass right into a right hand. Square business, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Everybody on the panel and shit. We'll start with D-Lo, man. You want to give you closing words? You want to shut it down, bro? Number one.
Yeah, I gotta get up early.
All right, D-Lo, you want to go first?
Yeah, I just say like always, man. Good, get on here, chopping it up with y'all, talking boxing, engaging with the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, come back and catch the next live, and also, like Hyphy said, go over there tomorrow, I think, and catch MZ when he do his live stream. That's all I got on, man. Peace.
What about you, Decane?
I just glad to come through and add my little opinion to the conversation. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, man. Short and sweet. Appreciate you.
Sound like Russell Simmons.
Yeah. Hyphy, tomorrow at MZ channel, Pecos Bill. Anthony McMullen, salute to you. Said this will be a repeat of Wilder versus Duhaupas. That extra 35 pounds hurt Wilder's endurance. He's a different guy boxing around 215. I agree with you on that, bro. I like him a lot better below 220. You know what I'm saying? And plus, that's a common opponent for both guys. Wilder stopped Duhaupas, and Duhaupas went out there and got with Helenius, if I'm not mistaken. What you about to say, bro?
Salute Anthony McMullen.
Okay, Eric R. say good night, great show, appreciate you. Ms. Almond Brown said awesome live, had a great time with the fellas from my chair in the back, in the corner. Goddamn, I mean, we appreciate you coming through. But yeah,
hey,
man.
Fury versus Chisora is finalized for December 3rd.
Oh, that's why you been talking good about the motherfucker. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all coming through. I'm working on the trivia, man. I'm gonna try to come back with it on Thursday if I get enough questions in time. It's a good chance that I will, so y'all be ready for that. It's a lot of history questions, but I'm gonna have some modern day mixed in there too, so we can stay sharp. You know what I'm saying? But much love to everybody, man. I appreciate the support that we get. I remember I told Roughhouse, I was like, man, hey, I'm counting down to when you're coming back. And my man, Little Feezy, he was laughing at me and shit. But nigga, I got real love for the people that got love for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like that, man. If you fuck with us 10 toes down, I fuck with you 10 toes down. If you're halfway, fuck you. I'm like mystical, nigga. If you're gonna be down for me, be all the way down for me, get from around me. So if it's anybody that's all the way down for me, nigga, hey, I salute that 100%.
I respect. You know, that's one of my favorite quotes right there.
Hey, mine
That
too.
mystical.
That's square business though, man. I got real love for the people that fuck with us tough like that, man. Like I'd be happy as hell when we be off in the record shop and the Champ Ross and all that. New season of the Champ Ross too, man. So we gotta get ready to go get that takeover. Hey, Decane, you gonna get in this season, bro?
Nah, man, they still got to work. You need 10 hours. They talking about they might
Man,
be doing that shit till April.
This nigga here, man. You can take 5 minutes and make your picks, my brother.
Nah, it take me longer than
Hey,
that.
that man don't want to be like me, just making picks just to be in the shit and then be at the bottom of the damn league.
Nah, you don't never D-Lo yourself now. Don't do that to you.
Hey, I got my man Napoleon in there though, and Gil Coles and Marlo and Derek Bailey and Eric R. We gonna hold it down. But when you get a chance and you get a break from working so strenuously, get back in there with your brothers. You know what I'm
I had to
saying?
take. That's why I asked you if y'all coming on. I had to take a nap before I came on this motherfucker.
Yeah. You done healed up 100% from your vitamin A, or was it vitamin K? Which one was it?
Vitamin A. Yeah, I'm straight, man.
You straight? All right, that's good. That's good. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Salute to everybody. Y'all subscribe to D-Lo Fold for Boxing. He been making content. That's my man. You gonna pretty much see me over there 99% of the time when he make a video. I got love for D-Lo. Warzone, subscribe to Warzone. He be over there doing his thing with the MMA. He the only person that call fights that I don't mind because he stay out my way. He don't step on my toes. He do MMA. You know what I'm saying? He do a good job too. I'll be over there listening to him, kicking it with him and Derek Bailey and my man Yasa. You know what I'm saying? I got love for Yasa. Y'all subscribe to Warzone. Like I said, subscribe to D-Lo. Subscribe to Miss Almond Brown if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? She like a glue role player. She keep everybody together. You know what I'm saying? But y'all come through MZ channel tomorrow. If y'all haven't subscribed to him, please subscribe to MZ Talk Boxing. He do a live stream every Tuesday, and we go over there and kick it and have fun. Sorry for talking y'all ear off. We're gonna come back with something on Thursday, hopefully, because if I get these trivia questions ready and y'all come back and fuck with it. But salute to everybody. I ain't gonna talk you to death.
Y'all already know it's always love. Appreciate y'all time. Come hang out with us. Y'all opinions. And doing the sport that we love, man. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. See y'all next time. And until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. The fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace.
Yeah.